Maga got a
What's going on, everyone? If you guys want to go ahead and double tap the screen, comment, interact, help get some people in here. So I'll tell you how it's going to work here in a second and why I'm setting the sub goal at 60. I'll tell you in just a second. All right, we got someone in the box. If you guys are debating, hop in the box. If you're not, please hop out. Let's see who this is. Hello.
Yo, what's up?
What's up? Are you opposition? Are you debating?
Oh, yeah.
So what's going on? What's your take?
Well, how do you define fascism?
Far right, fanatical,
Because
ultra
fascism,
nationalism.
well, fascism is a historical movement.
I don't know what you mean by historical movement.
Well, it's linked to the when Mussolini took power in Rome after his march on Rome,
Yeah, fascism is it's a
and to
reactionary
the
political
movement of
ideology.
Franco and huh?
It's a reactionary political ideology.
Yeah. So how does Trump, the uber capitalist, get linked to all these fascist movements like the Phalangists and the Franquists in Spain? Actually, I don't think the Phalangists were fascists, but the Franquists were.
Right.
Or Oswald Mosley and I can't say his name, the guy in Germany.
Yeah. Uh, so you're asking how an ultra capitalist, because fascists are ultra capitalists. More
Yeah, how
specifically,
does
they're crony
Trump, the
capitalists.
uber capitalist who, what?
They're crony capitalists, but yes, fascists do.
Yeah, I don't see the link between all these uh, fascist movements and
So even in the regards to
interwar talk.
capitalism, Mussolini had a very similar economic ideology to Donald Trump. Very
Yeah, I
similar.
don't see the link.
What do you mean you don't see the link?
Can you explain the link between Trump and all these
Well,
interwar
are we
local
talking
movements?
are we talking about specifically the economy, or are we in their economic ideology, or are we talking about the
Well,
fascist
once
movement?
again, fascism refers to this interwar historical movement for the leaders I just named,
Fascism refers to a reactionary political ideology that emerged in the interwar
which is a
period.
historical movement, right?
No, because we've had fascist movements since
No,
then.
really? Like what?
So modern day Pakistan is fascist. Russia currently is fascist. Wahhabism in Saudi
Russia is
Arabia. The
fascist right
United
now?
States currently right now.
Is
What?
fascist right now?
Russia?
No, you said the U.S. is fascist right now.
Yeah, I would say that Maga is a fascist movement.
So Congress is fascist.
Congress is fascist. I don't understand what you're saying. I don't
Well, you
understand
said
what
the
you mean.
U.S. is fascist right now,
Yes,
and the
I'm
U.S.,
talking
which is
about.
built on
I would say that.
the Electoral College, Congress, the Supreme Court.
What are you trying to argue? I don't understand what you're trying to argue.
Well, you haven't made an argument for why the U.S. currently is
I know
fascist.
because I've been asking you what you specifically want. If you want the economic side of fascism, or if you want why MAGA is a fascist unit as a whole.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm asking. You haven't explained how that's linked to the historical movement of
Oh
fascism.
my god, dude, I just asked you which one you wanted.
I just answered.
You didn't. You said yes, that
I
one.
did. Yeah, the one you said.
You're you could not be. Are you
How am I
trolling?
trolling? How am I trolling?
Why did you ask me before you even
Asking you to
finished it?
explain how MAGA, how all these, how America, the
I'm
entity of
aware.
America
You
is fascist.
started off with the economic side, so I asked you if you wanted the economic side, or you wanted the social fascist movement and its political reactionaryism, or if
You
you want
said
it all.
America
Because
right
hey,
now
if
is
you want it
fascist,
all,
so that means
if
America
you
in its
want it
entirety.
all, what?
That should answer your question in
It
its
doesn't answer
entirety.
your question.
It
Get out of here.
does.
Go. If you're debating, hop on in the box. If you're gonna waste my time, get out. I swear to God, some people, I don't know how they function in society. I'm going to be so real with you guys. I'm not sure how they function in society. I couldn't tell you. Tommy angry again? This feels like the same exact person. Not sure if Jaden was supposed to join this morning. Hello, Remix.
What's going on?
What's happening? Are you debating? You on position?
I guess I can debate.
Well, what do you believe? We want a genuine debate in here. So, what is it you believe?
I believe there should be closed borders. Do you agree or disagree?
What qualifies as closed borders?
Hiring more border patrol.
Okay, Biden did that.
Biden had open borders. What are you talking about?
Biden did not have open borders. Biden actually increased the amount of spending at the border. The Biden administration actually put forward a border funding bill that the Republicans rejected. So would that mean that the Republicans have an open border policy because they rejected that?
I'm not sure. But
Why?
go.
Why? What? What?
Do you believe trans women are women?
Oh, fuck. Ah, good lord. It's fucking. We're in crazy town today. We're in crazy town today. All right. It's too early for this. If you guys are debating, go ahead and hop in the box. I don't know if anyone is planning on joining us from the huge, but here's what we got going on. I'm going to write down the subs we got. 41 so I can count up. Yeah, no, that's going to be a no. Absolutely not. here's how it's going to work. Okay, we're going to have a subathon up until what will be about 12:30. At which point I'll take a 3-hour break. We have a 60 sub goal over across all the platforms. If we get it, I'll go live in the night. If not, I won't. So that's it. And over on TikTok, if you guys sub over on TikTok, that sub is worth 2. If you guys sub over anywhere else with the normal tier, it's 1. Unless you sub on a higher tier, then I'll calculate that in. But yeah, we're gonna set it up that way. It's gonna be a 60 sub goal. If we reach it by 12:30, we'll keep going live, or we'll go live. I'll take about a 3-hour break, and then we'll come back live for a night live. If not, yeah. And also, I'm gonna set a coin goal over on TikTok as well for it. I'm not sure if Jaden's joining us. Let me message him. If you guys are debating half of the box, how's everyone doing? Good morning, everyone. If you guys are on TikTok, want to double tap the screen, comment, interact, help get some people in here, that would be awesome. I'm going to set a coin goal. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet over on TikTok. So, all right. But we are having a subathon. How's everyone doing? If you guys are debating, hop on in the box. Would appreciate it. Would get some debates up in here. So apparently, starting off this morning, the Trump administration is setting... oops, I didn't close that out over there. The Trump administration is sending National Guard to LA. Who accepted the National Guard over there? So okay, so Newsom took him in. All right, well, I think the concern here, okay, let's see. Gavin Newsom called it purposefully inflammatory. I'm not really sure what they're planning on doing there, right? Because if the National Guard doesn't have deployment, like, what are they going to do? Are they going to go... Because if they're not... Are they California National Guard? Hexa said they're ready sending the Marines. I thought they loved free speech. That's weird. What happened to loving free speech? They love free speech so much they're going to beat it to death. What happened to free speech? Ah, free speech. The Guard was federalized? That's illegal, isn't it? Yeah, I've read it. Yeah, that's illegal. One second. One second. What's the it's USC 10. I had to think about it for a second. I was trying to remember. Let's check though. Let's double check. It's 10 U.S. Code 12406 National Guard and Federal Service. The United States or any of the Commonwealth's or possessions is invaded or is in danger of being invaded by a foreign nation. There's a rebellion or danger of a rebellion against the authority of the United States. Weird. And 3, the president, it's crazy he didn't call in. It's crazy to me he didn't call in the National Guard over trying to overthrow the government. That's crazy behavior. That's wild. The president is unable with regular forces to execute the laws of the United States. The president may call in federal service members, use the National Guard and state in such numbers as considered necessary to repel invasion, suppress the rebellion, or execute those laws. Orders for these purposes shall be issued. Yeah, so it is illegal. So it is illegal. Is anyone taken into the courts yet? Is anyone filed? Welcome to fascist America. They love free speech. Here's one. LA police released a statement saying the protests were peaceful, but Donnie sent the National Guard anyways. No, it's illegal for him to send the National Guard. It's illegal for him to federalize the National Guard in that capacity. What's up, Josh?
Just some scary times, man. Like, this isn't officially martial law, but this is sure as shit the first steps towards it. Like,
The video
already
shows-
talking about suspending habeas corpus.
Don't start talking to me about what the video shows. Don't start fucking talking to me in the comments about what the video shows, because you fuckers ignored January 6th. Don't sit there and tell me this is what the video shows. Period. Period T. Period. Over here. What the fuck?
And absolutely no looting, no violence, except from the state.
The video shows differently. Cry. I know they're sending in. I love it. They're sending in people to suppress free speech. And what does Maga in here say about it? You see the one throwing a brick? I bet it was a MAGA supporter. I bet a MAGA supporter did it.
Yeah,
You know what's so
violence
funny?
against the state doesn't count. That's
You know what's so funny?
They were
Oh,
throwing a brick to get him out.
someone threw a brick? Oh my God. Josh, that means we have to silence
it was
everyone's
it
free
was
speech because someone threw a brick. Everyone's free speech has to be silenced. Oh my God.
It was through a border patrol car.
It's a trap. You can join, but I don't deal with pussies. If you guys want to support the channel, you can sub on any one of the platforms. Again, we have a 60 sub goal. I'll be live for 3 hours. If we hit that 60 sub goal, I'll come back live at night for another 3, and then we'll just do it hour by hour. But if we don't hit the sub goal, it's supposed to
my
be 20 an
stalker, is
hour.
here. He comes in here and blows me kisses all the time.
So it's
really
20
weird.
an hour.
Uncomfortable. Quit sending me feet pics, RJ.
Alright, I got the mute. He's in love with you, isn't he? Jesse, what's up?
Hey man, what's going on? It's kind of crazy what they're doing in LA, don't you think?
Set it in the National Guard to suppress free speech. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, there are people on these talk things that are talking like Civil War and shit like that, and I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Who's talking Civil War?
So many other
Who
things
said
I
that?
checked, and they're talking about this is like the beginning of, them trying to create a civil war by sending the National Guard into LA, crap like that. And I'm like, damn.
They're trying to set a
Why would
precedent.
that cause a civil war?
I don't know. That's what some people on other things are saying. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, and it,
This stuff's getting out of control.
I do genuinely think that people that call for civil war should have their guns taken from them.
Yeah.
Because as a gun owner,
I don't
it
think
makes it
people
real difficult.
Understand. Like, if the government were to fully go against the citizens, we wouldn't fare well. That's not something that we should look for, right?
No, but see, that's the thing. But that's the fascism of it, right? Is that in their mind, they think that they're either working with the rebellion or they're working with the Trump administration, right? So they don't really, they think that there's like, oh, the government's going to split to support us, right? Which is delusional, because even a Republican is going to quell that. Why? Because you can't have this level of insanity happening in the United States. It is a weird world that we've come to now, where it is interesting to me that there's really no respectable Republicans left. It's very, very, very rare. Very rare. Just respectable as a person. Not like I think that their ideologies aren't evil, but like, you know what I mean? Just respectable as a person. Just like a person that has some level of empathy that you can be like, those people are gone. And that's scary. Anyway.
Yeah, things are not looking good for us right now.
Yep. Well, Jesse, appreciate it. Thank you for coming in, and hopefully all gets well and resolved. So.
But where do you see this going? I mean, every week something more crazy is happening. I mean, it's got to come to a head sooner or later, doesn't it?
Yep, it will. I think
Jesse,
it
did you
comes.
vote for Trump? Did you vote for Trump, bud?
Who?
You.
Not me.
Oh.
Okay, I was just asking.
I think we got a debate in the box. I do think it's going to come to a head. I'm going to let this guy in just a second. I do think it's going to come to a head here, though. And I think the way it comes to a head is the mass incompetence by the Trump administration causes absolute chaos to unfold. I really think that that's what happens, and then they spend the next what will be 3 years cleaning it up. They may start cleaning it up before then, but we're 6 months in, and this shit is hanging on by a thread. At some point, something catastrophic is going to happen, and then another thing catastrophic, and another, and another, and another, and another, and it'll just be endless. And ironically enough, he may skirt away from a lot of the criticism and blame because there'll be so much shit going on. People just be like, what is even happening here? So, but Jesse, appreciate you coming in. Gonna let Greg in, see if we can get a debate.
Well,
That's the thing. The only reason. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I mean, what now? He's saying they put a report out that if you're going to protest, you can't wear a mask.
Yep.
You see that?
It's free. Yeah, they don't like freedom of speech. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know the best way. I gotta be careful what I say. I'll say it like this. Because I don't... In Belarus, this is a news story, completely breaking news. In Belarus, they have police that brutalize protesters, and they wear, what is it, baklavas on their face? And so the protesters there actually take them off and take photos of their face and then post them online. And it causes the police to back off and stop doing dumb shit. So, anyways, Jesse, appreciate you coming in.
Hey, I just like to find out whether people see what's going on, because I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening every single day. I mean, every day now. It's not even like, used to be what, a month, 6 months, something crazy would happen. Now it's like every week. It's like another whole mess of going on. So
Did I not say balaclava? No. All right. Well, appreciate you coming in. I'm gonna see if I can grab a debate. All right, we got Greg.
I'll be honest with you, though, man. I think that the whole LA thing is just a distraction from Epstein. That's
probably.
the only reason why this is happening.
They're going to try and do this across the country, but you can't federalize the National Guard in this capacity. The question is what happens. So the question is what happens when the courts get involved, because the courts, you can only federalize for certain reasons. And so when the courts, this is going to be the interesting thing, is like, so here's the thing. I think that the Trump administration is desperate, right? It could be that the Supreme Court grants him this ruling. I don't see that happens because the law is so crystal clear, right? That this is not an appropriate use of federalization of National Guard, very clearly. Not even from the legal perspective, but just from the ethical question of it. And is the Supreme Court, are the federal courts, some of the federal courts might agree, but is the Supreme Court going to allow this to happen? Allow them to weaponize that when these National Guard are not called in? And the answer is I don't think so. I find it very difficult that they're going to allow Trump to weaponize the National Guard, because it would have such a disastrous consequence on Trump's ability to literally come in and enforce with federal troops anything he wants at the state level. And it really does contradict their belief in states' rights. What happened to states' rights, by the way? Okay. It could be that they do that, though. I'm not saying that that's off the bounds of the table. Maybe they just don't care and say, screw it, we're going to do that. The problem is that if they do that, they're going to lose credibility, right? So we'll see what happens. I think that it's going to get shot down. And then at this point, it seems to me like it's just simply very, very desperate actions at this point. This feels very desperate. This does not feel calculated. This is a complete miscalculation. If I was in Trump's shoes, unless I knew that the Supreme Court was going to side with me and I was making an authoritarian play to try and send in the National Guard, it would not be over this issue. It would not be over this. It would be over something far more significant where you could break it down. So I think just from being like, if I had to think like an authoritarian here, Trump's an idiot. because this is the worst way. Because what's going to happen is someone's going to challenge it in the courts, right? We don't want them here. They're going to challenge the nationalization of these troops. It goes to the courts. I think that they're very likely to say no. It's clear what you can send people in for, and this is very clearly not a reason. Just to enforce protests over a federal policy is not, I don't think, enough. And then it's going to get shot down in the courts. And then what's going to happen is, anytime Trump sends anyone in the future, right, he's not going to have that degree of leniency, right, with the courts. And so these people, these National Guard people that go there are literally breaking their oath if the court tells them. So I don't think that this was the right way to do it. I think that even in 2020, when he sent in federal officers, that was far easier for him to skirt the courts on, just from an objective perspective, right? Far easier to skirt the courts on federal agents. And so he brings in the National Guard, puts National Guardsmen in a spot where if the courts say this is illegal, they have to abide by it. So you're immediately losing you're immediately, in every aspect, losing the leniency that you would have been granted in a situation that seems more just for this. And I know you guys think that that's probably pedantic or whatever, but this matters. When you're trying to undermine institutions, this matters. And he's very clearly taking the worst possible way. And to me, in my mind, this looks desperate. This looks desperate to try and enforce his laws across the United States. This is not planned out. This is not well coordinated. This is likely to get shot down in the courts. And then you set yourself up where you're not going to be able to use this tactic in the future. You've lost. And so there is a standard set there, right? Where
We've
if you had waited...
over on YouTube, bud.
I will. Yes, I'm going to get to him in just a second. But do you understand what I mean? So...
Yeah, 100%.
Right, I think that that's the case, that is going to get shot down any source. And we see this with Trump throughout the entirety of his presidency. The way that he does things are not thought out. He does things reactionarily. He does things without thinking them through. And then when they get shot down in the court, it kills the entire thought, the entire ability to do it, which a lot of this stuff I think would have been better had they slowly corroded it. But this isn't going to work, where he's like quickly trying to just dismantle the government and across the board. He's trying to dismantle, right? And you guys like Kilmar Garcia, like those lawyers were at risk of being in serious trouble, right? You want to talk why they're sending him back? It's stuff like this. So he's losing across the board really badly, really, really badly. This comes off as desperate. Obviously I am concerned about the federalization of the National Guard. I'm not saying that I'm not, but I'm saying from the perspective of like, if I were a fascist, if I were Trump, what would I have done? This wouldn't have been it. So I think for me, very clearly, it's setting up, I think that the Trump administration are a bunch of idiots. That's honestly what I think. The Trump administration are a bunch of idiots. And they're just desperately trying to find anything to latch on to show like, oh, we did it. Greenland, Panama, every executive order he signed that's been shot down, 90% of them at this point. All of his immigration policy that's been shot down, how it's been a colossal failure. Like, yeah. Oh, damn. This guy's getting absolutely banned off this app for sure. 100%. Dude's about to get a fucking device banned for that comment. Anyways, if you're debating, go ahead and hop on in the box. 99.9% decrease in illegals. They always just make up numbers. All right, Andy from something. Hello?
Hey man, how's it going?
What's going on, Andy?
Nothing. I just wanted to come up and say a few things. As a legal immigrant, I think I agree with everything Trump's doing at this point.
Why?
Why? Because you have to look at what he's doing. Like, why is this thing happening in the first place?
What is he doing?
Well, he's trying to get rid of some illegals out of the LA area, and the people are resisting.
No, that's not what that's about.
That's exactly what it's about.
No, the people are protesting. That's legal.
Yeah,
you don't
but
support
if you're
free
protesting,
speech.
yeah, but you're being in the way of cops. You're
It
You're
doesn't matter.
stopping them
That
from
doesn't
doing that.
matter. They haven't requested them.
That's obstruction, brother. That's
It
obstruction.
doesn't matter. That's a state crime. That's not a federal
That's
crime, and that's not
obstruction
something
of
worth
law.
nationalizing the federal government over. You're restricting
Okay.
people's free speech.
Yeah,
That's
but you're
exactly what you're
obstructing a
doing.
police
It doesn't
officer
matter.
from doing his job. It does matter.
Where are you
That's a,
getting?
that's a
Who are you
crime.
getting? Hold on. Where are you getting that all of them are obstructing?
If you burn a cop car, or if you
Wait,
push
wait.
them,
When is
or
this
you don't
happening?
let them enter a house.
So they've hold on. They've reported the LAPD have said this is peaceful protest. Sorry, you're mischaracterizing.
Peaceful. So where's the fire coming from?
I don't know, but this is what the LAPD is
So
stating that
what's
it has been
making
peaceful.
all these things catch on
Hey,
fire?
this
Where's
is
that?
what it's been saying that it's been peaceful. You tried to
And the other
take
thing I
an
wanna ask
instance.
you,
Hey,
wait,
hey,
I
hey,
have a
hey,
question
hey,
for
hey,
you,
hey.
Patrick.
No, you can shut up. You're not going to interrupt me like that. That ain't going to happen. The LAPD has said it's peaceful. Donald Trump said in the National Guard to take away people's free speech, period. I don't know what you're not understanding about that.
So what part of free speech tells you to burn a cop car
Where was a cop car burned?
Yeah,
on
I
the
see
streets? There's many videos, bro. All you gotta do is look
Who
it
burned
up.
it? So did a Trump supporter
You
burn it?
guys, your people.
How do you know it wasn't a Trump
that. How
supporter?
do you know it was us?
No, it wasn't. No, it
Has
How do you,
wasn't.
anybody been
what do you mean? No, it
convicted?
Are you
wasn't.
trying to
I can
tell
pull.
me
What do
that
you
it
mean?
was the
No, it
cop
wasn't.
himself?
I can pull up
Is that,
numerous
is that,
different.
Are you saying it was
What
the
do you mean?
cops
No, it
burning their own
wasn't.
cars?
So I want to
No,
stop
are
you
you
for a second. I
saying?
know I want you to stop for a second because what I'm not going to have you happen, what I'm not going to have happen is you take a single instance of something that's happened during a protest and equate that to being part of everyone. Okay? The police have stated that the protests were peaceful and we will remain to have thought of that because that's what the police have said. That's what the police have stated. And you're fucking no one. So unless you go down to work for the fucking LAPD and write off those fucking press release, we're going to go off what they say. You don't get to make it up. What happens
So
frequently
all these
is these
videos
guys,
I'm
hey, I'm
watching
still talking.
online.
I don't know what you're understanding. You do not get to remove someone's free speech just because you disagree with them. You do not get to justify the removal of everyone's free speech because of a few bad actors. Period. It's that way in society, it's that way at protests. You trying to equate this to be everyone is an absolute logical fallacy.
Are you
Hey,
done?
man, you're for the civil rights, aren't you?
Get the
Or
fuck out
you're
of my
for the
life.
Second Amendment.
Tia, appreciate it. Thank you for the 5. Appreciate it, Tia. Can we get some dubs and drumsticks in the chat? Tia, appreciate it. Corey, appreciate it for the 10. Thank you. We got 15 out of the 20. Again, we have a 20 sub goal per hour. And it goes up to the 30-minute mark or the 20-minute mark approximately. So we got about 30 minutes. 5 subs left. If you guys sub over on YouTube, I'm going to put in a goal over here. I've never reached a goal over on YouTube. I'm going to do this. 10 super chats, $2 or higher. Anyways, but yeah, if you guys sub over on TikTok, it's 2 subs. If you guys sub over on all the other ones, it's 1 because TikTok's twice as much. So if you're debating, hop in the box. But what we're not going to have happen is someone go, "Are you done?" when I'm in the middle of explaining it. We are not equating, and it fucking frustrates me, okay? It fucking frustrates me that Republicans do this on a fucking regular, where they take a single action that's happened during a protest and go, look, it's the whole protest. And then they turn around and try to overthrow the motherfucking government, all 5,000 of them, with the help of the fucking president. And they're like, oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? There's violence here? And they see none of the video. I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear people go, oh, look at the video from the same people that didn't see the video of the fucking guys breaking in the fucking window of January 6th. I don't want to hear it. You're a fucking hypocrite. You're a fucking ideologue. You're a fucking, literally just a fanatic. Literally, you're just a fanatic. And there's nothing to talk to you about. If that, like, it's just fucking crazy to me. And it's so frustrating me as a person that, like, went through criminal justice that has to, like, segment and compartmentalize certain aspects of it to watch people go, oh, well, look, a brick got thrown. Oh, no shit. You have a protest of however many people. Something's going to happen. You're going to equate that to the entire protest is fucking crazy. But meanwhile, you have 5,000 people storming in the fucking Capitol. You're like, most of them were peaceful. Shut up.
Hello.
You hate free speech. If you're for the National Guard being sent in, you hate free speech, period. Hello?
Is that hello?
What's up, you debating?
Well, actually, I was gonna ask if you could DoorDash me.
No, but I can head over to your mom's house. Anyways, also buy fucking nasal clearing spray. Thanks. It's a Hyundai, not a cop car. Weird. If you're debating, hop on in the box. Would appreciate it, Josh. That shit, honestly, when people are just like, "Are you done?" That shit pisses me off. I think that pisses off everyone. Just go away. What are you doing? You're not here for a discussion. Anyway, so I think the concern is, though, the federalization of the National Guard. And I think that, like I said, this was the worst way for the Trump administration to test this. And they're going to lose, and they're going to go on to something else because they're gonna have to. So I think, and we've seen it over and over and over again. All right. By the way, we do have a gift goal up over here. I haven't set one for the live yet, but I am going to set a gift goal at some point so that we can, it's going to be, we got 60 subs to hit by 12:20. And then if we don't hit it, and if we hit it, we'll go live. Josh, I'm not sure if you're still there, but if we hit it, we'll go live in the afternoon at about 3:30.
Puppy kisses.
I do have a gift goal set, but I haven't. I think I'm gonna do 2 of those.
Yeah, man, I went to town today. It was everything was
On
cool.
what?
Everything was fine. Like I felt like when I left the house, I was feeling tension. I was like, shit, I gotta go to town. Hope everything's, there's not border patrol everywhere. It was actually quite calm. It was all right. Just a report from the border. How's that?
All right.
Things are blowing up in LA. It's okay at the border though.
I'm gonna set it at. Sorry, I'm just gonna set it. But if you guys want to debate, go ahead and hop on the box. Would appreciate it. I'm just setting this really quick. All right, I'm gonna set that at 20. That's gonna be the gift goal for this.
What the fuck did Zesty just say? That's weird.
So you guys join. Said hold your breath for 10 minutes. You would do the world a favor. You just shaving your hair all the way would do your wife a favor. Oh man. Like they're so violent. Like they love. Like isn't it crazy? They're like, we need to come together. The party of the liberals are hateful and intolerant, and they're also out here like, let's start a civil war. Everyone on the other side needs to die. That's what they're saying. It's fucking crazy. Hey, appreciate it, Tricera Bear.
Kisses.
That's kind of okay. All right, appreciate if you guys did that over there. We got 5 subs left, and we got 5 subs left till we hit 20 on the hour. But I'm just gonna move it up every single time we do it. So if you guys want to sub, we're gonna do 60 before 12:20. We are having a subathon. There's Venmo Cash App in the bio. If you send something over there, I check every incrementally because I go live on the other phone, so it might take me a second to respond to you. But crazy how Republicans love to silence free speech. Crazy how they love to silence free speech. Love it, love it, love, 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 love.
Wait.
Right,
So that guy Jesse is asking if you're trans. The guy that was in here before, bro. I asked you if you voted for Trump, and you said no, hell no. And then you're coming at us with that shit.
I don't know what's going to really happen with the National Guard here now. They sent in some ridiculous amount of National Guard. And just to point out, like, coordination between police forces is important because, like, for purposes of if it does become a riot, but, like, what are they going to do? Are they just going to go in there and brutalize protesters and then, like, people start shooting back? You're not going to go... I'm actually surprised that didn't happen as much in 2020. It's Chris. Hello.
What's up, man? Long time no see.
Okay. Are you debating?
Sure. Yeah, I just wanted to say something though. You remember me?
No.
I wasn't talking to you, Tic Tac. I'm talking to the.
I
don't remember you either.
There's 2 people up here.
Neither one of
you
us
didn't
remember you.
specify the host.
You threatened to dox me, and then when I told you to do it, this was about a year ago. You threatened to dox me, and when I told you to do it, and I called you out on your bullshit because you couldn't do it, you decided to block me. So I guess you made a new account, and it's just funny.
Wait, what did you say?
What the
Why
fuck are
would
you
I have threatened to
talking
do that?
Don't act dumb. You definitely did it about a year ago. You did it on live too. You threatened to do it.
Should we
Cool. Do you have
dox you?
video? Why? What'd you
no, I
say?
don't have video of it. I don't remember what I said. I think
What'd you say?
I don't remember what caused you to get to spurg out and threaten to dox me, but it was funny.
What the fuck is spurg?
You don't know what spurging out means?
No.
It's what y'all do whenever y'all get pissy.
This is weird, bro. Anyways,
yeah,
if that was the case, you would have had to have said something
I
that was
did. You just
particularly
blocked.
vile. Right. What did
Oh,
you say?
well, I
Because you would have
don't
had to
know.
say something
I
that
don't
was
know what I
particular
said.
vile.
I don't know what I said because I don't say slurs or nothing crazy like that. So I don't know what the fuck I did. I think I don't know what I pissed you off with, but you really got mad and you
Buddy,
tried to fight me.
you're lying. Nah, you know.
No, swear.
Yeah.
If
I'm not lying.
listen, number one, I doubt this
Well, I have
happened.
no
But if
reason
I
to
did get
lie.
irritated to be like, man, I'm gonna find you, it's because you did something real fucking whack.
No,
Anyways.
no, that's not how that works. But
Okay,
yeah, no,
so
I
you
just
don't
wanted to
remember
say
what
that.
it is I said? You don't remember what it is I said?
No, I don't.
Okay, cool. Remember this. If you're debating, hop in the box. If you're not, please hop out. Would appreciate it. Do you remember who I am? Fucking no. I'm living in his head rent free? No fucking way. I mean it. Just nonstop. Appreciate it, Corey. Thank you for the $2 over there. If you guys are over on YouTube, want to hit that like button, comment, interact. We do have a sub goal on the day. We got 15 out of 20 so far. Oh, we might not hit it. We might not hit it. Might be a short day for me today. This guy called me a coward. Okay, I'm gonna invite him. Oh, he can't be invited. He's scared. All right, if you're debating, hop on in the box. Would appreciate it. Nice beard, lady.
So-
Rubbed it off between your mom's legs. What's up?
How's it going? So, MAGA is a fascist movement. So, does that make the Democratic Party a pedophile movement?
No, because all the pedophiles are in the Republican Party. Next question.
How so? How so?
Donald Trump,
I've seen
Jeffrey
Biden sniff
Epstein.
multiple children.
Trump's
You
on the
watched
Epstein
Biden?
Island.
I've
When-
literally
when did
watched
Biden-
Biden sniff multiple
You've
children
watched Biden sniff multiple children? Wait, what does that have to do? So
on
wait,
live
you would-
national television.
Really quick.
That's
Okay,
pedophilia.
Hold on. So you think that is? So you think hanging around Epstein is as well then, right?
See, and that's the funny thing. You guys don't realize that he kicked him
Wait,
out of his club
wait,
because
hey,
he
I
was,
didn't ask that. I didn't
because
ask that. I didn't
Epstein
ask that.
was
Hey,
trying
hey,
to
hey,
touch
I didn't
a
ask that.
child.
I
You're
didn't
ignorant.
ask that. I didn't ask that. Would hanging around Epstein?
And it's not crashing out, Cindy. Go
It is
play with your
crashing
liberal
out.
self.
Stop reading.
Yeah, actually, it's not.
So if Donald
I'm
Trump
asking for
bragged
proof
about
of a
walking
fascist
through,
movement.
cool,
Prove that
cool,
MAGA's
really quick.
fascist.
So hold on. That's not what you asked me. Stay on topic. So you would say that Donald Trump. So if someone were to walk through a pageant,
There's no crying, cum guzzler.
All right, you're fucking.
I'm-
Weird.
I'm ans-
you're outright
the
blocked.
fuck is up?
You're fucking weird, dude. You gotta go.
weird.
You gotta go talk to someone. That's fucking weird, bro. Fucking weird crash out behavior. Fucking. Oh, actually, I want to cover my fucking drink. What the fuck? Ugh. All right, guys, we got 15 out of 20 subs on the hour and about 15 minutes left to go. If you guys want to support, you can sub over on YouTube or TikTok. Again, we will go live until 12:20. If we hit the sub goal of 20 an hour, we'll go live tonight. Take about a 3-hour break and then go live tonight. If not,
Hey man, is
I'm off.
32 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte of space, and an AMD Ryzen 7 video card? Is that good?
It's decent. Yeah. I would have to see it though, because sometimes the actual build matters. Is that the one you sent over?
No.
But I mean, we'll send it over and I can look.
So I bought one
Specs are
yesterday, and then
The AMD
I started
7
looking
seems a
around,
bit.
and I had buyer's remorse, and I canceled it, and then I've just been looking for a new one since then.
Oh. Well, let me know. I'll talk to you after the live. Or talk to you. I'll message you tonight about it.
Oh, Spurgeon is an Asperger's? Oh, it's ableist. It's an ableist slur. Thank you. I didn't realize that.
Oh. So you can tell why probably he's over here like, did you, Doug? You could probably tell. You probably tell that he said something. And he's like, I don't know what I said. I don't have a clue. You know exactly what you fucking said. All right. If you guys are debating, go ahead and hop on in the box. Would appreciate it. If you guys want to double tap the screen, it'd be cool. There's some people in here that would debate. There's some people in here. I see you. I see you hiding. It's okay. You don't gotta be scared. I don't really want to argue the fucking protest thing because basically they're just arguing that they hate free speech. I'm gonna be real, Josh. I think we should just run that background and just be like, so you hate free speech? Well, no, they're saying, why do you hate free speech? Well, they're burning stuff, but that's still speech. Why are you hating their speech? And literally just do that the whole time because they're not serious about it. They don't care. This whole thing is literally just one. They will justify any degree of authoritarianism, any degree of terrorism on the side that they're not. And then literally the most minor inconvenience of these motherfuckers sends them into a fucking conniption fit. It's fucking crazy. Crazy. Literally any minor inconvenience just sends them, oh my god, this one guy, he did it. They broke into the Capitol. You know, how could they arrest him? And now you have Enrique Tarrio suing and I'm going to tell you right now what's going to happen. Enrique Tarrio is suing the United States government, not because he would win. He would fucking lose real bad. But he's going to have the fucking Trump administration settle that fucking case and pay that fucking guy out. That's exactly what's going to fucking happen. Donald Trump is about to pay a fucking domestic terrorist. Donald Trump is about to pay a domestic terrorist. You fucking watch. You watch. You watch. The Trump administration is going to pay off domestic terrorists. Why did they call me a crybaby for pointing out that someone tried to overthrow the United States government and your president's trying to pay them?
I'm not disagreeing, man. He just deputized 20,000 people to arrest suspected illegal immigrants. So
He already
like
paid
the-
off.
the-
He already paid
the-
off Ashley
The
Babbitt.
militia's starting to wear uniforms. That's
Yep.
not going to be good.
Yep, make him easier to identify, though. They paid Babbitt's family, right, despite the fact that she should not have paid. From a criminal justice perspective, from a legal perspective, completely justifiable. And if you don't think Ashley Babbitt was justifiable, I don't want to hear any of your other takes. I don't hear anything you have to say about, well, this and this criminal, this and this and that. You're just a mouthpiece. You're just a carnival barker. Literally will be nothing better in your life than a fucking sheep led around on a leash. And also, I just want to point out, because someone made this point, this was not me, but someone made this point in a video, and I think it's apt, which is that Republicans, for as much as they scream about how they're alphas and they're in control and they're literally free thinkers, right? They believe this, but they're not. And they follow authoritarians around like puppies. They do. They don't think for themselves. They literally have a complex in which they believe that they are free thinkers. They believe that they have all the relevant information, and they have been informed that they have all the relevant information by people that have convinced them that they're not stupid. And the thing is that's most troubling is that these people are so fucking stupid that they don't know it. They can't conceptualize it. If you, sitting at home, have never thought, wow, am I wrong on this? If you don't think, am I wrong on this on a regular basis? There's a problem. And I find that Maga frequently go, don't ask, am I wrong on this? I feel like a lot of people don't ask that, but I feel like Maga in particular, as a unitary, as an entirety, they don't ask that enough. Me? I ask that shit all the time. Am I right on this? I revisit stuff on a regular. Ow. Revisit stuff on a regular. Anyways, you're wrong. You spelled you're wrong. See what I said about being not smart enough to understand? They literally lack object permanence. They literally lack sentience. It's funny that they're, maybe that's why they're arguing for pro-life, because they lack sentience to such a degree that they're trying to preserve as much of it as they can. All right. We have 15 out of 20 subs over on YouTube. If you guys want to support, there is a Venmo Cash App in the bio. We do have a 60 sub goal before 12:30. So if you guys want to support, you can get a sub over here. Every sub over on TikTok, it's pretty simple, by the way. You just double click a button. Every sub over on TikTok counts as 2 for purposes of the sub goal. And gifted ones on TikTok count for 2, and gifted ones on all the other ones count for 1. But also, you guys can sub over on Twitch for free if you have a Amazon account. Or go sub over on Patreon. We're so vicious we kill babies. Look at our empathy. Well, we don't. We abort fetuses. I don't know why you think. Well, name a single person that's been called a baby. That's crazy. I can't believe that. Josh, what's up? You there?
Yeah, man. I'm just searching around reading stuff on computers.
Oh,
Somebody in
I can give you-
YouTube gave me
you know who you
advice
should ask
on,
that?
on a computer, and I'm not. I didn't.
Ask Bill.
It's a little too much.
Ask Bill. Bill usually gives
I
me
did.
tech
I
advice.
think he's sleeping.
No. Well, I don't know. Just wait it out for a minute. Won't let you send gifted on phone app? Damn. You can't send gifted? Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, wait, that was a problem, wasn't it? Holy schnope, that was a problem. There has to be a link, doesn't there?
Page says not till you reached 50 subs.
50 subs what?
I don't know.
I think I have like 400 right now over on YouTube. Or are you talking about Twitch? No, people are saying they can't do it on YouTube. Gotta copy the link and post it in your browser and request desktop site. What link? Corey, can you hit me up on Instagram? What link do I gotta post? I can just post it in the thing right there.
Oh, 50 subs on TikTok. So you're 9 subs away on TikTok.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm aware. What happens at 50 subs?
I don't know.
I don't know. All right, any Maga want to hop in here? Or Reggie's here. Reggie, you want to join? Paige, you want to join? There's a lot of Maga that refuse to join.
Oh, we've got a legit racist in the comments. His bio says, white Christian civilization will always be greater than brown and black people. You
know what I'm really tired of hearing?
I
by
fucking
the way?
hate people. I hate people.
I do too. Do you know what I really hate, by the way? I hate people that are from overseas that call themselves white. You're European. You're not fucking white. I hate that shit. They'll be like Italian, and they'll be like, I'm white, and no, you're fucking not. You're Italian. I'm
what are
white.
you saying?
White is an American thing. Do you not know this? No, white is an American thing. White is American, South African thing. White is not a concept through Europe. And they keep going like white civilization. Like, no. What's crazy is in Europe, they don't identify themselves based off of white, brown, black. They don't identify themselves based off that. They identify themselves based off nationality. And then like in this weird nationalistic fascist way, they go, "Oh, I'm white," when they're talking about race. And it's just like, you're fucking Italian. Back the fuck up.
I don't know if that's true, man. I don't know.
What's true? White is not a concept throughout Europe. It's only a concept in the event that it exists in the United States. It's become a concept.
It's a concept in Europe. It
It's
is.
a con.
It is. I've been to
I'm
Europe
aware when
multiple
when it's talking
times.
about race.
Race is a social construct. They have that same social construct in Europe.
Most of it is built off nationality, though. Most of that is not built off of white,
I'd say
black, brown,
that's
whatever.
more true in Asia. Like they're all Asian, but they do have nationality like hierarchies and such things. I don't know about Europe though. I've never I don't know.
It's like, well, no, it's like how would I put it? Yeah, I don't know. I think it exists in a concept in Europe insofar that it's like when it has to do with racism, right? But like if you were to go to Europe and ask people like what are you? They're not going to be like I'm white. They're going to be like no, I'm German. Right? No, I'm Italian. No, they don't identify
mean,
that.
like
They only
Black
identify that in the
American
context of
or-
race.
Or
Huh?
African American or yeah, like we're the only like if you were to go over to Europe and be like, you know, what are you? They would just tell you if they were black or white or but like in America, they say Asian American or Black American. There's always a preface before the American. We do that. I think we're the only country that does that.
Right, but from my point is like this concept of white has really, really expanded and traversed the globe. I'm not saying that people in Europe don't do that, but what I'm saying is that they don't identify as white most in their day-to-day thing. It only is when it comes into race, because white as a concept emerged in the United States to identify the other. Throughout all of European history, they didn't have a concept of white. Right? If you were Venetian, you were Venetian. If you were Sicilian, you were Sicilian. If you were Roman, you were Roman. You identified based off of your nationality, area, whatever. Right? In the United States, white became an all-encompassing term of groups that initially had white skin color, right? But were not admitted into that, that group. So, for instance, when the Italians came here, largely excommunicated from what we now know as white, right? And the in-group. When the Irish came
when you
here,
did the
excommunicated that in that group. But now it's like a collective, right? It's like white is a collective across that. And you can say like, well, what's your heritage, right? Like we don't when people ask us, like, we don't answer with, oh, our heritage is, most of the time we answer with we're white, right? And so that has really made its way through Europe because they didn't have that concept. That concept has only emerged as a way to protect people in the United States against the other that are white.
So I don't disagree with you at all, Tommy. I think you like that's exactly how the construct of race came, and I think the way that it came off right now is just a little bit like I feel like there's people that can jump on that and use that and like as Italian Americans or something like that because I've heard them say that they're not white, they're Italian, or they're not white, they're Hispanic. So I think it's like yeah, so I think you're right, and we are the only ones that phenotypically classified everybody as races, the different races, but like a person still coming here that has the phenotypes of a white person should still be acknowledged as white. Like we don't want to be the type of people that are like, no, well that's not the same thing as being white because you're Italian.
You're just
No, I'm not
piggyback
saying
testing
that.
at that point.
No, you guys aren't hearing. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what
No,
I'm
I
saying.
understand what you're
What
I
I'm
saying.
saying,
understand what you're saying. Like I
right?
think
I'm
I
not.
think
saying.
I'm not talking about like if someone comes here from Italy, like, oh, we don't classify them as white. Obviously, we do, right? If you come from anywhere over the globe and you come to the United States and you're white of skin color, you're going to be classified as white. What I'm saying is like when you get into these areas and parts of places like Serbia, or
Yeah.
like Greece, right? With Golden Dawn, like these far right fascist movements identify themselves as being white, even though they're not from America, right? And so it really just becomes like this one singular race. So the point I'm making is like across the globe, this idea of race has spread to be white versus black, when in these areas it never was. And that's especially true of Europe and South Europe and North Africa because there's such diversity there that this has sort of emerged in a weird way across the globe. But having like people that are from like Greece be like, I'm white. It's like, you're not, you are here, you're not there. You know what I mean? And so it's
Yeah, that
annoying
makes
to be
sense.
like, what do you, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of people don't understand that like race isn't a biological thing either. Like that's still a new concept to some people and not understanding how we are the ones that created up the social construct of race.
I
And
know
it's just,
people
and I,
really aren't getting that.
yeah, and I think it's just important. Like it's just like it's a recognition of privilege that's important for especially the white people to understand that. Like that is, and you said it. Like people, it was created to protect white people. That's why the separation of race was created. So and people forget that as well. So um, but yeah, that's all. Thanks for letting me in to put my input. I have to work again today, so have a great live.
All right, take care. Jared Carr guy. Is that the link? Wait, is that the link to... Is that the link to... Okay, so here I'm going to pin this. Because I guess that's the link you click if you guys want to give gifted. What's up, Jared?
Hey Tommy, hey Tic Tac. What's up?
What's going on?
What's up?
Quick thing. I'm gonna drop it right down after. I'm getting word from people that work at, I would say, major news organizations that they are getting uh orders from very high up that their coverage might seem too biased against Trump. And to
on the
and
on the
and
terrorist
they're
side?
no, just like their news coverage, like in general. Like, oh, this story seems a little too is not unbiased
He
enough
loves free
for
speech, though.
for our lawyers and stuff like that. So this is not a directive from Trump, but it is big, national, multinational news, channels saying, "Oh, we have to capitulate a little bit, so that we don't anger this administration."
I don't know why everybody's so scared of him. He's been failing horrifically. Like I said, in
Right.
another 6 months, I think there's going to be so much bad press against him. It's going to be impossible for him to contain. Right now, he's just trying to use fear tactics, but I think he's going to lose, and then it's just going to make it worse, to be honest with you, for him. And I think the back end of his presidency, the coverage will be so much more worse. I mean, that's likely. It's just going to take a few court cases to go through there, more bad shit happening, and him basically getting bored and going after more people, and then, yeah.
There's a lot of layers to it, but it has to do with the fact that a lot of these news organizations aren't just like, privately owned news organizations. They have other companies and other business interests that he could for sure mess with. So if the decision is, oh, we published this story that might anger him, oh, but we have this multi-billion-dollar merger going through, and it's only, and it's whatever, it's going to cost us millions of dollars to like not do this versus, oh, the billions that we lose out if, he decides to, kill this business deal that we have going on. So it's a problem of people always talk about media bias. Well, guess what? A media bias is that they need to make money to function, and the corporation that owns them wants to make money. So if Trump decides that we are going to hurt your bottom dollar, they'll decide, oh, well, maybe our free media can't be that free. So, yeah, that's what influencing the media looks like in 2025. It's
Well,
different.
that makes sense.
It's different. Yep. Yep. Whole new media
Well,
environment, whole new way to control it.
Corporatization of media. And I thought Republicans...
Right.
Wasn't it interesting? I thought that Republicans love free speech.
Right. Somebody in the
I thought that they
comments
love
pointed
free
out
speech.
that Terry Moran was just suspended from ABC. I just saw that story today, and he like tweeted out something that would have been completely tame if Trump or JD Vance tweeted it out, or if Jesse Waters from Fox tweeted it out. It would have been a Wednesday for any of those people, but he got suspended. So it just goes to show you like how, you know, an organization that they say is liberally biased like actually treats journalistic integrity, to be like, our reporters cannot even have their own opinions on something like Twitter, versus Fox that will like let their people tweet out the most horrific things or say it on the channel even.
He called Miller a
Crazy.
world-class hater. Like, so what?
Yep.
Like, that is tame for Trump.
Right.
Like, can
That
we?
is
So,
like,
like,
yeah, he calls people pedophiles and crooked and, you know, scum and stuff like
criminals
that.
and
World class hater. Like, could you imagine? Like, if Trump tweeted that out, oh, Elon Musk is a world class hater, we'd be like, oh, okay, that's like soft for him. But yeah, he was suspended for that language. Crazy.
oh, well,
Nuts, right? But yeah, so that's something that you definitely have to like, I don't know, bring up in debates, but definitely like keep in the back of your mind that, like, you know, there is going to be some like skewing of the media, you know, to capitulate to him right now. It sucks, but it's for sure happening.
all right, well,
Yeah,
yeah, we're gonna see more
that's
of it,
it.
and then it's all gonna turn into a catastrophe, disaster.
It
Waiting for
already
this.
is.
I'm waiting for the next Katrina. So
Oh yeah. Oh, what do you mean they only get $700? Those people will be silent. None
yeah,
of
but
them
they
have
got.
said shit.
I know they're gonna be. They're gonna forget all about the 700. They already
They
have,
haven't.
right?
Yeah, they haven't
Could
been
you
told.
imagine? Could you
We've had.
imagine if? Could you imagine? Doesn't matter what the facts are, but could you imagine if Kentucky, or was it Kentucky? It was Missouri and I think it was Kentucky, right? Got hit with hurricanes, and there was no notice that came out, and it was just after like Biden were to cut NOAA. The Republicans' heads would be exploding. They'd be, what do you mean he did this? He killed. They'd be like 45 people, 45. Don't never forget the 45. They wouldn't fucking
Yeah,
never shut up
say their
about it.
names. Yeah, I know.
Say their names.
Yeah.
Say their names.
Yep.
It's literally what they would fucking
Well,
do.
100%. All right, I gotta hop down, but thanks for chatting.
All right, take care. All right, I guess, so here's the clarity. We can't appreciate it, thank you. We can't have gifted subs in here until we hit 50. And being that we're having a subathon, that means we need 9 people to sub on TikTok. And by the way, that does count towards the goal. There'll be quite a bit of the goal taken up for the 3 hours. So if you guys want to sub, help us get to 50 so we can have gifted subs. That would be cool. I'd appreciate it. It's like 2 buttons on TikTok, by the way. Just goes through Apple Pay, or Chrome Pay, or whatever the hell, or Android Pay. I don't know, whatever one that one is. Should I start the other live up then, Corey? So people can gift over there. I'll just do that. I'll start the other one up. That'll be the easy solution.
So I got a Gizmo update. Gizmo slept in the tree next to the nest. So they flew out. It was like an accidental fledging. They slipped off the branch. Flew to the other tree, spent all day there, spent all night there. Their mom or their dad, I'm not sure which one of them, brought them a fish yesterday and literally shared it with like they were still little birds. They were taking pieces off and giving it. It was really cute. And then this morning they came back with another whole fish. Gave them a whole fish, and they're just like, here's breakfast. Get stronger so you can get the hell off this branch.
Dakota.
That's my Gizmo update for the Eagles. Yeah, the baby.
JD appreciate it.
He slipped.
Giraffes
He didn't
appreciate.
fall, he slipped. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Giraffe and JD appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for the subs over there. That's 4 added to the gift goal over there. Next.
Nice. We got 15 to 20
Second,
over
we'll start it off.
on YouTube.
So I'm gonna add.
But yeah, let me clarify.
Well, now we have
he was-
19. 19 out of 20.
Nice. We're almost there. Guess you got to stay on for another hour, huh?
Well, I'm gonna go till at least noon, even though it wouldn't harm me none if I got off. be upset about it. So, but I said I'd say it till at least noon. So, but we are well short of the 60 subs. And then when we come back for a nighttime live, we'll just do it hour over hour. I was a little bit late getting live, but you can't blame me. I was on really late last night doing a lot. So, Jamie, appreciate the sub. Thank you. I'll add that over there. I think I got this right. Jamie, appreciate it. Okay. I'm going to start the other live up, and that should be... And then that way you guys can just do the gifted. If you guys are over on shorts, you can do the gifted on the other one. Caroline Levitt called the ABC to complain they fired him. They love free speech, don't they? They love free speech. Anyways, there is Venmo Cash App in the bio if you guys want to support. Pages you want to join? There's Venmo Cash App in the bio if you guys want to support. You guys can sub over here. Help us hit the sub wave. Help us hit the... Hey, Corey, appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, Bo, appreciate the 5. Thank you. Nice, we got 25. Bo, appreciate it. Thank you. I'm going to change the number up here. Just to make it a little easier. Bo, appreciate it. Thank you for the 5 gifted over on YouTube. Corey, appreciate it. There is super chats over on YouTube as well as gifted. If you guys want to go over to the normal live stream, to the horizontal one, you guys can... Wait, is that...
I'm only seeing you on shorts, right? Are you on the other one as well?
I'm on the other one as well, I think. But it's only barely up there. Corey, appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, I think I got it. All right. Do we have anyone in the box? Anyone that wants to debate? There is Maga in here. I see him too. I do see him. I see the Maga. I seen him. Bo, appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it, Bo. Jamie, appreciate it. See if we can get up to the 50 subs. Hime, appreciate it. Thank you. Katie, Giraffes, JD, appreciate it. Thank you. So that's going to be 27. Nice. 45. Need 5 more. Need 5 more so we can get gifted subs over on TikTok. I don't know why they do that, but whatever. Whatever. That seems like a weird thing. Right?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm sorry. I was reading a story. What'd you say?
No, I was just saying that's weird that you need 50 to get gifted subs, but okay. This guy said get a nose chum. What am I going to rub your mom's clit with? This bro, I guarantee you're busted and lonely. I'll invite him so we can hit him with the camera. They're only getting one invite, and then they're getting banned. Come on, you're gonna be
my
ballsy.
PE teacher one time. My PE teacher one time
blocked.
when I was in high school, he told me to get a haircut, and it was. Do you remember that song, "Get a Haircut and Get a Real Job, Get It Together Like Your Big Brother Bob"? That song was popular back then, and he told me to get a haircut, and I told him to get a real job, and I got a detention for that. To this day, that was abuse of power, right? I made a wisecrack at him, and when I told you to get a nose job, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah. Those notification violation things are not like people still do that. Go find a fucking hobby. It's weird. It's like this is like really old. George, didn't you get worked over in my live like last week? Didn't you get absolutely Actually, George did get absolutely dominated. You spelled fascist wrong, by the way. It's not surprising. You're illiterate.
It's fascist.
Doesn't surprise me at all. It's fascist.
We're all fascist.
Did this go? This did go live. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering. There we go. Now we're live on the main one too, so you guys can sub if you guys are having issues over on the phone. I was thinking about streaming. So I was thinking about streaming was thinking about streaming the lives, the YouTube lives, to the other account so that I could hopefully get the hours to monetize that as well in the meantime. But then I literally can't. Nobody can tip or anything on that. I was thinking about doing the shorts on the one account and then this one on the other. I get the mute, you get the block.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, why did you report me?
They didn't?
For what?
You did. You got check again. You got my thing banned for like 6 days. My live.
What?
Wasn't able to go live
Why?
for like 6 days because of you.
What did I
How
do?
would we be able
What?
to do that?
I don't have the ability to do that,
Do you-
bud.
Yeah,
Do
you
think we
reported
work
me.
on TikTok?
I said if you said some stuff, TikTok will flag you.
No,
They
you
have an
reported
automated
me.
system.
It said that you
I don't
reported
know.
me.
They
Let's
don't
see-
tell you
screenshot
that,
it.
you pumpkin.
Screenshot it.
They don't.
I'll just show you the video.
Okay. George,
Yeah, you
look at how
did.
scared George is. No, he didn't.
I brought up Kanye West and you reported me.
Oh, I remember you. Yeah, we did report you. Yeah, because you were talking about it was good and.
Ah, so
yeah,
you did report me. Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'll report you again if you said that. Yeah, 100%.
What did he say?
If you uphold
Well, 'cause I
1930s
support
Germany,
Kanye?
guy, yeah. No, that's not what you said. That's not what you said. You were talking about 1930s guy. I remember you. You were like, I back Kanye because of I like that guy. That's exactly what you were talking about. Am I wrong?
You know
What
who
did he say?
Harley Pasternak is?
Am I wrong?
Really quick, did he say that?
No.
Fucking liar.
I was talking
Then
about
why
Kanye.
do you like Kanye? Then why do you like Kanye?
He's got great music.
Yeah, you were talking about his new song, weren't you?
What about his new song? I'm not talking about his new song.
Yeah.
But
Look, man.
you brought it up, not me.
You fucking pumpkin. I just
Well, don't say
I
shit
got
to the
land.
racist
I'm just
women.
gonna build walls and curbs all on my land. And line you fucks up. I swear to God.
Kanye
I'm
is the
Jewish,
only
bro.
person I know
What's the problem?
that can. I don't care. Kanye is the only person I
Of course
know
you
that
don't, 'cause you're-
continually
'cause
says crazier
you're
shit as time
snotty.
goes on.
You don't care that I'm
What?
Jewish because you're snotty.
No, I don't care that you're Jewish because I don't fucking care about you. Being honest. Just being real.
Oh, so you don't care about Jewish people?
No,
I don't care about you.
Oh, I see.
I don't know what you're not understanding here.
True colors are showing.
It'd be like if I said I don't give a fuck about Kanye or his existence, and you were like, "Wow, you're racist." That's fucking stupid.
Well, the fact that I
You
got
don't care about
reported
Jewish
while you're
people
sitting
because
there
you
saying
support
don't like Jewish
Kanye?
people means you're
You don't
racist.
care about Jewish people because you support Kanye?
No. I just said you don't care about Jewish people because you said you didn't
You
care
don't care
about
about Jewish people because you support Kanye. I don't support Kanye, which means I support Jewish
Not
people
even.
more than you do. Why are you self-hating?
Kanye likes
Why are you
Jewish people. What are
self-hating?
talking about?
Why are you self-hating? Clearly he doesn't. Go
Kanye
read his
likes
tweets. What, you
Jewish
cannot
people.
read now? You can't read now? Look at this guy, can't even read. He can't even read what Kanye said about Jewish people. It's fucking crazy.
He's going after Jews
Oh
now.
my god. You're
Talking about Zionists,
literally
bro.
you're illiterate. That's
You know you don't have to be
crazy.
Jew-
You can't
you
even.
know you don't have to be Jew-
You can't
you know
even.
you don't have to be Jewish
oh
to
my
be
god! You
Zionist,
can't
right?
even. Why do you keep talking? Why do you keep deflecting from the fact that you support Kanye? That's
Oh, seems
crazy.
you don't even know.
Why are you
Baby boy
self-hating?
doesn't even know. Oh, baby boy.
Why are you
it's okay.
self-hating? Why are you self-hating? Why are you self-hating?
You don't even know
Why
what
are
a
you
Zionist
self-hating?
is.
Why are you
Good boy.
self-hating? Why are you
Okay.
self-hating?
Don't even know what a
Look at,
Zionist
look at,
is.
look at. I need you to be quiet. Good boy. This is tiring.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get the live taken down, man. I think that's his intention right now.
That's not my goal. My
Why
goal
are
is
you
to realize that
self-hating?
you don't
Why are
even
you
know what a Zionist
self-hating? Why are you self-hating? I know what Zionist is. You don't even know what it is. Define it.
is. Is Joe Biden a Zionist?
Define it.
Yeah, he actually is.
Define it.
Define Zionism?
Yeah.
Those that want an Israeli state.
Wrong. That's not the technical definition. You're so wrong. Like I said, he can't even read.
You sound like a toddler.
A toddler? Bro, I have literally some bass in my voice. You should try it sometime.
We'll just wait till your balls drop there, kid.
Bro, you literally sound like a toddler. What are you talking
What
about?
do you mean I sound like a toddler? Find me a video of a toddler that sounds like this.
Talking like this,
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, I
That's
didn't
not
do
me.
that on purpose.
You don't normally sound like
I-
that.
that
You're
was
trying to
me.
lower
I
your
do
voice.
normally
did
sound
that
like
on
that.
purpose.
You have an
This guy is losing his mind. Haven't I always sounded like this? What is this guy even doing? I've always sounded like this.
What are you even doing? You sound a little different today, but
Read the chat, bro. I've always sounded like this. You're out of it. You're
Yeah, we're out of
crazy.
it.
You're losing it,
Crazy.
man.
Yeah, man. It's okay. It's okay, baby boy.
I'm not your baby boy. Only your mom can call me that. Sometimes your dad.
That's okay. You know what? You'll make it.
Are
one
you
day.
done being weird now and creeping the chat out?
Why are you lowering your voice?
Why do
today?
you sound like a toddler?
Why are you lowering your voice?
Why do
today?
you sound like a toddler Kanye?
Why are you hating on Kanye?
Because he hates your people, like you
He
do.
doesn't.
Anyways, if you're debating, hop on in the box. Would appreciate it. Why'd you get me bad, bro? You get me bad, bro. Why'd you get me bad, bro?
We can probably expect the next couple of them to be the same.
Yeah. SLW.
I didn't mean to come up.
Oh, okay. Why you report me, bro? Yeah. Why did you report me, bro? I don't get it. Anyways, you guys can sub on any one of the platforms. Would appreciate it. We got 27 out of the 40 on hour 2. So we need about 13 more. And if you guys sub over to YouTube or over to... Did we get another sub? Yo, Sam, appreciate the sub. Thank you. I'm going to add that. So we got 29 now. We got 29. If you guys sub over on TikTok, it is 2 for purposes of the gift goal. You guys can sub over any one of the other platforms. Help get some people in here. Gonna see if we can get some debates. But unfortunately, the last guy was weird. What?
No, you still got 9 away subs before you can get the gifted subs.
I think I'm 4. I think we need 4 more subs before we can get
It says
gifted.
41. I don't know.
On mine is
Maybe
46.
It's not updated on mine.
It's mine is
We
46.
got somebody in the box, but they're suspicious as fuck.
Oh, it's the last guy.
It's the same guy.
Yeah, what I don't remember. I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember him saying that Funny Mustache Man was a great person. I remember him talking. I don't even remember him talking about Kanye, honestly, because he's really forgettable. So should we just take him to see if we get
No,
it?
that's what it. That was his whole point. Kanye's good because he's upholding the 30s guy, the German guy. That
Oh.
was his whole point.
Well, yeah. I mean, we'll see if I can go on that. I did set the gift goal on here, so we got. What is it? 31 more subs? 31 more subs in the gift goal on TikTok, and we'll come back for a night live. Should we debate him or no? I honestly don't remember the conversation. I don't remember how wild it was. I don't remember if he's just...
Is that the same guy? It's not the same guy.
It's the same guy. The one that just complained about getting banned.
Oh, well, unless he...
Okay. I don't... Are you back? Are you ready to debate now?
I'm ready
The
to
same guy.
debate. Let's go.
Ah, fuck, it's the same guy.
What are we debating even? You gonna sound like a toddler like Kanye?
We'll talk about Trump sending National Guard to California. Let's go.
Why do you hate free speech?
I don't hate free speech.
Are they practicing their free speech at those protests?
When it becomes violent, it's a different story.
That's not what I asked. Are they practicing their free speech? It hasn't become violent. The police have
No,
said
they're
it's not.
not,
The
'cause you can do
police
that
have said
without being
it's
violent.
right. But you've classified it as violent. How would you classify it as violent?
Just like BLM wasn't violent, right?
I'm asking you how you would classify violence in this regard, because the police there have stated that it's been peaceful.
Let's see, burning a U.S. flag. That's pretty violent.
That's not violent. That's considered for free speech by the Supreme Court. So you are actively saying that you
You're gonna
hate free speech.
burn
The
the
Supreme
flag
Court
of
has
the country
already
that you live
stated.
in.
The Supreme Court has already stated that that's free speech. If you are opposed to that, you hate free speech. And I've already made that claim about you, and you've just consequently proven it. You hate free
No,
speech.
I'm
You said
giving
so.
one
You're against
example.
burning flags, correct?
Correct.
Okay, you're against free speech. burning flags is protected speech in this country.
Yep, there was a case taken out of Galveston.
Yep, it is. Is it USV Texas? What's the case? Is that the case?
I think it's Galveston, actually. Let me
Galveston.
look it up.
What about breaking windows, setting cars on fire?
But really quick,
creating
that's not the
riots?
question. I made the claim that you were against free speech and you were against the burning of the flag, which is
No, and I'm saying
which
is
free
violence
speech.
free speech? Yes or no?
Is violence free speech? I think that would be a larger question than what we're currently at. But violence
It
against
is
the
not.
flag is not
Thank you for answering
violence;
my
it is free
question.
speech. Huh?
Thank you for answering my question.
Is violence
not.
is violence free speech? So typically speaking, no, not in America.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you
where
for
would you?
agreeing.
But where are you getting that this is classified as violence? So have you arbitrarily determined that this is violent?
Was
I'm
BLM?
we're not talking about
a riot, or was
BLM.
it a
We're not talking
protest?
about BLM. We are
Yeah, 'cause
attempting.
you know I'm right. 'Cause
No.
you know I'm right.
No, we are attempting to qualify what is in
January
fact
6th was
violent.
mostly a peaceful
Excuse me.
protest.
We are
I'm talking to
trying.
comments.
Excuse me. We are trying to classify what violence is and what qualifies as a violent protest, because violence can break out
Yeah.
at a hockey game. Violence can break out at a rally. Violence can break out at a celebration of a team winning the Super
not
Bowl.
only
That
violence,
doesn't
it's
inherently
vandalism as well there,
mean
bud.
that doesn't inherently mean that those activities, those people taking part in it, are all
Vandalism
violent.
too.
Right. So how would you qualify it as violent? So number one, what defines it as violent?
Also vandalism.
I'm asking you, where are you getting the information that this particular protest is violent? Because the police have said it's not.
It is. That's why he's sending in the
Where
National
are
Guard.
you getting that
Why-
from that? No. Where are you getting it that
Yeah.
it is violent? Saying that, no. That's actually such a fucking crazy logical fallacy. You're saying,
Department of
because they tried to suppress free
Department of
speech,
Defense.
therefore it was violent, and that's why they could suppress free
Department of
speech.
Defense.
That's circular. Who said, excuse
The-
me,
the Department of Defense.
who on the ground said that it was violent?
The ground, the Department of Defense, the government.
You're
said
saying,
it
but my
violent.
argument is, my contention is that the Trump administration is stifling free speech. They are sending
not.
in national. Oh my fucking God! Stop fucking interrupting! Hey, what's not clicking, Steven? Interrupt me again.
Someone's
Interrupt
fucking
me
triggered.
again. Interrupt me
Yeah,
again.
you're being annoying, dude. You can't fucking let him finish a thought without interrupting him. It's annoying as fuck. Stop doing it. You're doing it on purpose.
Thanks. My question is, who on the ground is classifying it as violent? Because I am saying that the Trump administration is suppressing free speech, and they are sending in the National Guard to do that. And you are saying, well, they have already justified it as being violent and sent in the National Guard. So you're saying the justification for silencing free speech is coming from the same people that are silencing free speech. That is circular.
No, that's your claim, but it's not the fact.
The fact is, who on the ground is saying it's violent? You are saying that the same people trying to stifle free speech are justifying it by saying it's violent.
Yeah, and they're not wrong.
So who on the ground is claiming it's violent that's not a person trying to
don't
suppress
have to
free
be on the ground.
speech? Because
You
the
don't have to be on the
police
ground.
on the
It's a
ground are
silly
saying it's
claim.
nonviolent.
That's a silly claim. They're also complete libtards that live in California, so...
I don't know if you know anything about. I'm asking you for where you are getting the justification that this is violent.
Of course ICE is violent. They're supposed to be. They gotta get deport the illegals.
I'm asked last chance, man.
Bro, you're talking about the ground. The ground doesn't matter. The
The
government put out a
LAPD
statement saying that there is violence happening, so violence is going to be called for.
Okay,
That's it. Why so hard
those
for you to
are the
realize it?
hold on a second, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. So if Biden put out an order, holy shit. So if Biden put out an order and sent the National Guard into a Trump protest in 2020 or Trump rally in 2024, if he said, oh my God, I'm going to send them there. And then they claim that it's violent as a justification for sending the National Guard to disperse Trump rallies. What would we look at? Because you would claim that they're silencing free speech. You would claim that they're silencing and it's political oppression. And the question would be, who is saying it's violent? Because if Biden did, you wouldn't believe him.
Department of Defense.
That's the Trump administration. That would be like me saying, okay, so if that happened, let's hypothetically, Biden sends into a rally and goes, disperse the Trump rally. And then you get on here and go, that's silencing free speech. That's political oppression. That's tyranny. And I was like, no, the Department of Defense said they were being violent. What would be wrong with that?
Nothing.
So you would agree that the Biden administration was justified in sending in the National Guard?
Correct.
You're full of shit.
No, I'm not.
You're fucking lying.
I'm not.
You're fucking lying. Okay, wait. What's another example of a time that Maga said that this was oppression?
Yeah, Mega.
Wait.
Okay.
Hold on. What's another time that Maga said this is oppression? Because there's been multiple different times. So hold on. I'm going to read over the chat here and we'll see.
Yeah, January 6th was nonviolent. What is Paige talking about?
No, it was violent. 1 second. What's an instance in which the Trumpies believe that Biden overreached? COVID. So wait, because the Biden administration said that COVID was dangerous, therefore you must believe him. That all the COVID restrictions were just, therefore you must believe him. The fact that the Biden administration sent in to people's, or the Biden administration conducted raids. The Biden administration did various different things when it came to COVID and COVID implementation policy. You think that those are justified?
Raids.
There were
When did
raids
they conduct
conducted.
raids?
I don't know that Biden did, but there were raids conducted by the state in
Shut the
conjunction with the
economy
federal
down, but they
government.
didn't have raids.
There were raids. Yep, there were raids. People having house parties and stuff like
Example,
that.
'cause I don't believe that.
Well, there were people that were having house parties that had their houses raided by the police during COVID. Those were COVID era restrictions. And there were raids that
That
were
was
done
mostly
by
done
the
by the
Biden
Ministry of
administration.
Health, but that was done
We
by
don't
the
have a
CDC,
Ministry of
World Health
Health.
Organization.
We don't have a
That
Ministry
was
of
done by the
Health.
CDC and the World Health Organization.
No, the World Health Organization doesn't conduct raids. So you think that
They're the
because
ones that implemented the
this is
policies,
profoundly
bud.
stupid.
No, it's not. They implemented the policies. Is that
Is
too
there
hard to
another
understand?
one? Is there another instance in which Biden
Did
sent in?
CDC and World Health Organizations not implement the policies? Yes or no?
Yeah, they
What?
said with the college loans as well.
What is it? The Bundy Ranch, remember? Eamon Bundy. Do you remember that? So the federal government was right in that regard.
Ruby Ridge.
Were they
Waco.
right?
Waco. Federal government was right in those regards.
They probably made a mistake.
What? They don't make
They made a
mistakes.
mistake, in my opinion.
They don't make mistakes. Remember? We must take them at their word.
Again, you're talking about freedom of speech, and you're talking about something different.
I'm talking about something that's even way worse.
Okay, what's that relevance to freedom of speech?
So if Biden came in and issued restrictions, so really quick, I just want to point out, you're okay with Biden trying to suppress information on Twitter.
Oh, you mean like when he went to Mark Zuckerberg and told him to censor everything COVID
Right.
related?
He's okay that was okay of him to do. I'm just taking you at your word that that's what happened. He was okay to do that.
No, but that has no relevance to the conversation.
It's free speech. That has to do with free speech, right? He said that this was a violation of free speech, and he asked them to remove it. How is that not the same thing?
It's not, because there's
How?
no violence being done.
There's no violence being done, but it doesn't matter. He's saying that this is detrimental
There's
speech.
no vandalism and there's no violence
Right,
being
but he's
done.
trying to
That's
take.
big
What does it
difference,
matter?
bud.
He's trying to
Big
take away
difference.
free speech.
Big difference.
He's trying to take away free speech.
When there's violence and there's vandalism happening, you can call it free speech if you want, but it's not free speech when there's violence.
What
and
I'm
vandalism
asking you, who
And you
qualified it as
compared it to
vandalism?
something
No,
where
no,
there's
no,
no
you're,
vandalism and
no. I'm
violence.
asking you who
No,
qualified it.
you're
No,
wrong.
I asked you who qualified it as violence. You said the Trump administration. Now I'm trying to point out that the Biden administration
did.
said, the Biden administration said that what was being posted on Twitter was detrimental, that it was dangerous. That was their claim. May not cause violence, but it was detrimental and it was dangerous.
Causing vandalism? No.
Doesn't matter. It was causing damage, causing harm.
It does matter. There's a difference, bud.
Because so if you're fucking, I don't even know where to go because you're just like Liz fucking delusional.
I got
Like you're logically I just want to point this out. It's funny because you're logically so inconsistent that it's so stupid
gotcha.
that I'm sitting here going like, oh, you're logically inconsistent. And then when I'm trying to point it out, you're just like, no. And then you think you've won a conversation because your logic is so unbearably, unfixably incompetent that you're like, I won. you're not bright enough to understand your logic, and you're lying.
I do know my logic.
And
My
you're
logic is
lying. And you're lying.
two key
And
information,
you're
bro.
lying.
Violence
And you're
and vandalism.
lying. And
Vandalism and
you're
violence.
lying. And you're
know the difference?
repeatedly and repetitively lying.
Know the difference, eh?
You are saying that if the Biden administration came in and they made a claim and they cracked down on right-wing protesters and that claim was completely bullshit, that it would be justified that they were doing it because
I
they
didn't say
said
so.
it. They're justified in what they said. You're telling me
They're
that
not
you would
justified
not
because of
question the
vandalism or
Biden
violence.
administration. You're telling me you would not question the
You're
Biden
talking about two
administration.
separate things of freedom of speech, bud.
We're not talking about two separate things.
Yeah, you are. You're talking about censorship with Twitter, and then you're talking about people who are committing violence and vandalism. There's a big difference.
I don't think that there's a big difference. Because
Oh,
from the
that's your
Biden
problem.
administration's perspective, the people that are being censored on Twitter are promoting disinformation for COVID. They're killing people. I think that's worse. Winning at being mental? Yeah. I mean, AJ's Adventures, appreciate it. Thank you for the 10 over on YouTube. Appreciate it. Thank you, AJ's Adventures. By the way, we do have a gift goal over on the YouTube Shorts. Wait, what's another example of this? There's got to be Did he leave? That's crazy. He just left. That's crazy. January 6th was not peaceful. That's the crazy part too. I don't really know what to say to that. You're just lying. When I bring up examples of why it's stupid and incoherent and not making sense, you ignore it and say, no, that's not comparable. Okay, well, I'm having a hard time. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Josh. I just want to say I'm really sorry, and I'm really sorry to everybody in here that I can't find an example of Biden being as authoritarian as Trump to compare it to. I apologize to you guys that Trump is so authoritarian that I'm having a difficult time even finding something that's remotely comparable. And just to point out, in all the instances that I gave of Twitter and blue state restrictions, etc., Maga lost their fucking mind. They went off the fucking, literally off the fucking wire. They lost their proverbial shit. So to say, somehow, that you're going to go, well, it's not comparable. There's nothing comparable to what Trump's doing. There's nothing, I could go to other countries. You want me to go to other countries? I could go use other examples. I could use Bashar al-Assad and the brutality that he used against the protesters. Or Putin, I can use those examples. Or Erdogan. Are they justified because they said it? Because they said it? Because might makes right? Because repetition makes it truthful? That's fucking crazy that I can't even come up with an example that's this fucking insane. It's crazy. They always try and go, oh, the left is so violent. You guys try to overthrow the government. There ain't nothing to talk about. If you support that, you support terrorism. January 6th was a terrorist act. And if Al-Qaeda had done it, or the left, you guys would still be, you'd be running around with shirts. You'd be running around with everything, with gallows. You would be losing your fucking heads. You fucking fake fuckers. You're so fucking fake. They're so fake. They're so fake. Just ideologues that literally, fanatical ideologues that can't see past fucking their talking points and what benefits their side. It's crazy. What, Josh?
The LAPD released a news statement today about the demonstrations of Los Angeles. They said they remain peaceful and commend all those who exercise their First Amendment rights responsibly. The Los Angeles Police Department appreciate the cooperation of organizations, participants, and community partners who helped. Who helped ensure public safety throughout the day. Like this is what the city is saying, and then you have the federal government using this as an excuse to implement like light martial law within the city of LA.
Right. And they also, just to point out that a lot of times you'll get federal government agencies, you'll get police, you'll get other provocateurs that'll come up and be violent, and then it'll turn a situation that's non-violent into violent, and then they'll go, look, they're being violent. But this is not, I mean, it's just a complete detachment from reality. It really is. It's an ideological goal. Like, oh, these guys, look at how violent they are. I'm sorry, 70 fucking cars drove through crowds of protests in BLM. They're very clearly the more violent ones. In Seattle, multiple different cars drove through the crowds and shot a kid. Yeah. When you look at the right wingers and what they did in Portland, they showed up to counter protest in Portland. They started macing and shooting people. They started hitting people with cars. Get out of the set. They try and find justification, right? They will find justification by saying, well, they shouldn't be in the street. And they remove that there's a proportionality of force. That's fucking insane, right? It's a crazy behavior. If some guy slapped you and you were to shoot them, just like unload on them, or some guy was to push you and you were just to unload and start shooting, that'd be crazy, right? But Maga has found some justification, like, well, he was jaywalking, so shoot him. He shouldn't have been in the road. That would sound crazy. And then they'll use one thing. They'll use one thing and they'll be like, oh, well, what if they were in fear for their life? I was like, I don't see anybody in fear for their fucking life. I see a guy driving through a fucking crowd. That's what I see. Full nonstop. And then goes and reaches for a weapon. It's like, what are you talking about? They literally try and find every single gaslighty justification to justify their violence on Americans. Their fucking terrorism. They want violence. They want people to fucking die. And it's sick. It's sick. It's a sick mentality. It's a sick mentality. That honestly, if you think that way, you're going to fucking hell. If there is one, you pineapple treatment all day long. All day long. Someone say nice.
You heard that
someone said nice wig. Sorry you don't have a hairline, bud. Go ahead.
You heard they dropped a Black Hawk helicopter in the middle of the street and then unloaded the boxes full of ammunition, lethal and non-lethal ammunition.
Why?
To prepare for the National Guard arrival. I mean, I don't know a ton about the military and the equipments and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure the city of Los Angeles doesn't actually have Black Hawk helicopters, right? That's.
But do we know that they dropped when they drop live rounds?
That's what they're reporting. That it was live and not less than lethal.
Oh, because they love free speech. They love free speech. Yeah. They love free speech. Take a peaceful protest and turn it violent by shooting at people. And you know what? They would cheer it on too. Because they're sick. You have them running around waving blacked out American flags, which is a war crime. This guy keeps saying fuck around and find out. I don't know why. I don't know why. No. Nope. Not during war. During any armed conflict. It's not just during war. It's during any armed conflict. Yeah. But it has to be, so there has to be one. You just flying a black flag is not one. You flying a black flag while there's an armed conflict is a war crime. That's right. If it turns into where these guys...
Though.
Huh?
In your area, just because we're in an armed conflict over in, like, Kosovo doesn't mean.
No, I'm aware. Yeah. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if you're involved in an armed conflict,
clarifying because I'm not sure.
It literally violates every single. Can this guy join? Why are you so scared? He's fucking around and find out. Yeah, I can say the same for Ashley Babbitt, right? And yeah, but no, if there's an armed conflict going on. And you do things like, if there's an armed conflict going on, you do things like saying you're not going to offer quartering, which means you're not going to take prisoners. That's a war crime. Suggesting it is a war crime. Saying it in any capacity is a war crime. Flying a flag that represents it is a war crime. It violates virtually every fucking convention we've ever established. I'm not sure there's a convention it doesn't violate. You have to offer, dating back into the 1600s, even before then, as just a courtesy of war. And granted, before then, it didn't used to be like that. You have to offer quartering. It was something that emerged during the Enlightenment, like some sort of respectful ways of waging war, where it's not genocidal, because we viewed it as being very primitive. Very, very tribal in nature.
Doesn't that go against our Third Amendment, though?
For what? No. No. So the Third Amendment has to do with quartering. Like, soldiers can't quarter in your house, right? Quartering and denying.
That's what the black flag does.
No, denying court. No, 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 no. Denying quartering means that you're going.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Oh no, Josh.
Fucking
Denying
fire
quartering.
detector just spazzed out.
Really weird. Quartering, by the way, refers to like giving someone safe harbor, right? Giving them like the ability to live. In reference to war crimes, it's talking about like you literally are going to kill people. It's genocide. It's like there's no mercy given. If someone surrenders, you don't accept surrender. And this is a very, very like fucking tribal, current like Russian thing to do. Russians do this on a regular basis. Do not take prisoners. It's very frequent along the front lines. And one of the things making the conflict far more difficult is that they are not allowing prisoners, or when they do, it's very few. There's a lot of prisoners that are dying getting captured. So, and unfortunately, because that's something they do on the Russian side, it's something that they on the Russian side won't do. They won't surrender because they think that that's happening to them. All because their side. So.
Wait, does that mean my batteries are going out? Because it just did that. Is that just like a warning I need to change my batteries?
Your fireplace
It's been
TV set
about a
off your
year.
smoke alarm?
Probably do.
My band is called No Quarter in Baltimore. Appreciate it. Thank you for the $2 over there. Oh, and AJ's Adventures, appreciate it. He licks windows for the taste. That was the last person. If you guys are debating, go ahead and hop in the box. If you guys are on either one of the platforms, go ahead and double tap the screen. If you guys are over on the YouTube Shorts app and you want to support the sub goal, because we got 29 out of 40, and we're lagging behind, by the way, in subs. So if you guys want to support and sub, would appreciate it. I think we need 4 more subs over on TikTok so that people can gift subs. So if you guys want to go ahead and hit that sub button, would appreciate it. Helps support the channel, helps get it out to people. Trying to build up the channel again, and there's going to be a lot more content coming here. It is a matter for me of planning it all out. I was going to use this weekend to do that, so if I don't go live tonight, then that's fine. If we don't hit the 60 sub goal, it's about to go up to the last call here on the subs. If we don't hit the 60 soul, then I'm just going to use tonight to pump out some content. And yeah, it's all about, I mean, the part of the problem is it's about content flow and when I'm going to do stuff, and being very meticulous, because all of that shit does take time. Like, there's a lot more to it than just making a fucking video. A lot of thought process that goes into it, unfortunately. Wish I could go back to making ad views, which it looks like there might be an extension, so maybe I can use the last 20 days or so, get some content in here. But that Ethan? The Ethan sub? Ethan, appreciate it. Thank you for the sub, Ethan. Ethan, appreciate the sub. Thank you. I'm going to add there. Actually, we got 2. Who subbed?
Yeah, that worries me. I don't think that was a
Big D and Sassy, thank you. Big D and Sassy, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. That's 4, 8? Yeah, 4 times 2 is 8, so be 37. We got 37
kids,
subs.
I wanted to.
What's up, Sharon?
Cool. So 3 more? You only need 3 more?
No, I hit it. So I think people can do gifted subs over on TikTok.
Oh,
now.
sweet.
I don't know if I have to reset the
Nice.
live though. That would be
So why I hopped on real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see if you guys have ever seen kudzu. You ever seen kudzu? You ever heard of kudzu? I just wanted to hop on here. Can you give me the big screen, Tommy, for a second? I want to show y'all something. This, because it looks bizarro. This is what happens in the South in the summer. Is that, hold on, I know the sound is going to be shit. I'm going to try to cup my hands over the thing so it's not. Look, this drapes everything. It's a vine and it drapes literally fucking everything. Look at this. Is it not wild? Like, this is just a little snippet of what it was like. And I had something else that I wanted to show y'all.
That looks invasive.
Real quick. I'm going to put myself on mute.
One second.
It's
Hold on.
beyond invasive. I mean, it covers literally everything. It drapes. It'll drape. Go ahead.
Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to show everybody over here. There we go. Okay, you want to pan back over? I was trying to show everybody over on YouTube Shorts. Sorry that the chat's gonna be messed up for a second over there.
Yeah, so kudzu, if you live in Alabama, I'm sure it's in other places in the South. I would imagine, as invasive as it is, but that it's just literally a vine that drapes everything: trees, bushes, power lines. I mean, it just it's lovely. I mean, I love it. I think it's gorgeous. But I just wanted to. I was out and about, and of course, listening into the lives the past couple of days. Congrats on all the subs. And sorry if the wind is terrible. I'm going to try to cut my hands. But I just want to show y'all that. And I got one more interesting thing that I want to show you. So I'm going to put myself on mute and turn my camera. And I'm going to drive to the location that literally setting up the road. I want to show y'all something else really cool.
Okay. All right, let me go ahead and delete this. No, that's not right. Okay, delete this. There we go. Okay, but I do have a guest break scene now for YouTube Shorts, so that's nice. Let me fix that. Is that good enough? I'll just lock that in. Oh, wait, at least you guys can see what's going on. Okay. We got 41. I got some more subs on here. I already added them in. Really quick. Pagan, appreciated. Thank you. Moo, appreciate it. Manda Moo, appreciated. Thank you. Pagan, Sassy, Ethan, Yo Sam, Sunny Katie, Hime, Giraffe, JD, appreciated. Thank you for the subs over on TikTok. Thank you guys. If you guys want to support, go ahead and sub over there. And I think we have gifted subs over there now. I think we're going to be bouncing around between this account and the other account. Sometimes this will go down. I do have my it's the Dark Dude account, but in my link tree, my bio are all my accounts. And go follow me over on the Instagram for the broadcast channel if you guys want to figure out where I'm streaming. I got to find a solution to that. I know that Parker uses Discord, but I have a lot of people that are older that don't use Discord, so the Instagram broadcast channel. But I've been thinking, is there some fucking messaging service that would be better so that I could notify people so that they could join? Like maybe even a texting service? But I was thinking like some sort of chat. Like Discord is fine. I don't know that a lot of people use it. I know that Parker uses it a lot, and a lot of people over with Parker use it. But I'm just... like some sort of messaging service so people can be like, what's going on? Discord literacy. I mean, I don't. I've had it for 4 years. I have no idea.
I heard Signal's pretty secure.
Alert.
No, nobody got
Facebook
that.
Marketplace. Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay, y'all, I'm at my second location, and then after I show y'all this, and I'm gonna bounce because I'm be working. I'm earning some cash. Anyway, so I'm not gonna. All I'm gonna say is before I turn the camera on, if you can give me the big screen before I get out of the car, because I'm right by kind of a busy road. I'm gonna say, how long is it gonna be before we all have to face this in the Trump administration? The ones that speak out against him. And let me put you on mute, and I'm going to turn the camera on when I get to the spot right beside me.
Okay. Discord is not easy.
And don't forget to give me the big camera, the big screen, because it's going to be more. Poignant.
Crizzy, appreciate it. Thank you for the sub over on TikTok. Gonna add that in. We got 43 subs, and I'm gonna just make it to the last part of 60. We also have the coin goal over there to hit. So if you guys want to support with the coin goal, once we hit that, then we should be good. So we got about an hour and some change to hit the sub goal over there for the core, or hit the sub goal of 60 and hit the corgi goal. Well, I guess this one's the kissing puppies. Appreciate it. Thank you. Listen, I'm trying to pump this out on the For You page. For me, like the coins, it doesn't. I don't think it's not like enough money for it to matter for me. But it does support, does help, and it does get it on the For You page. So I'm gonna make that part of it. Let me get this on.
Oh jeez.
Would you check this bitch out?
I'm a dragon. I'm chasing the dragon.
Decommission, thankfully.
From my
but
battlefield playing gameplay days, I think that might be a tiger. I'm not sure.
You're breaking up
know
real
what this
bad.
kind of tank this is, but look at this bad boy.
Don't let Russia see it. They might try and repurpose it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them going into Washington, D.C. right now. I've been seeing it. It's all over Twitter. X, whatever.
Dun, 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 dun. 43 out of the 60 subs. I set it kind of high because, you know, I've been on live a lot, so you guys are gonna have to work for it today. But yeah, if we hit the sub goal, I don't know what it is. Someone might know what it is. But if we hit the sub goal, I'll go live at about 3:30, and then we'll do it by the hour, and I'll just stay live until 7, 8, maybe a few more hours, whatever I'm feeling. Maybe we should do like a progressive sub goal until people. That's what we should do. Progressive sub goal until we can't beat it anymore. Start at like 10 the next day. Next hour go up an hour after that. Go up. Just keep going up. That might be how I do the 24-hour sub, because it eventually would stop. And eventually, I don't think eventually we wouldn't be able to hit it. And then I'd be like, yes, yes.
Okay, anywho,
But
see y'all
looks
on
cool.
another, somewhere else. I'm heading out.
Looks cool.
Have fun.
Be safe out
All
there.
right,
Dash.
take care. Was it a...
I
did we-
shall.
I couldn't hear her. She was breaking up. Did we figure out what tank it was? Someone in the comments figure
She
out
was
what tank it
asking.
was?
No idea.
Oh, she was breaking up really bad, so. I don't know. Bye, Sharon. Anybody want to hop on in the box? I was planning on having some panels in here. I didn't really message anyone. Hey, Shibby, appreciate it. Thank you for the glasses. I'm ready, player one.
Yeah.
Do the AI lives while we wait. Would be interesting. I'll invite Paige. I don't know if Paige wants to join or Reggie wants to join, but I'm going to invite. If you don't, you can just
Get a
deny it.
job.
It's
No,
fine.
no, 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 no.
Get a job already. I think I'm good.
This
I think
is
I
our
like my fake job.
buddy. Oh, you got scared. Come back, dude.
Oh
Don't talk
no! Come
shit
on!
and
Don't get scared. Hey, Paige.
Don't get scarred.
Hey, Paige.
Turd.
Hey guys.
Forgot about the
What's up?
everyone forgot about the AI lives. You think about all of the AI live people that they're like, fuck, I was making real good money doing that. And now, nothing. I think TikTok got rid of the AI lives because they were like kind of redundant, but I haven't seen them in a long time.
I haven't seen him since that one guy crashed out. I forget his name. Miles. I can't remember his last name.
Tommy is going to
He
be
did the
pivotal in our
Spider-Mans.
leftist troll Tommy is going to be pivotal in our leftist troll industrial complex. Oh, I'm such a good troll. Let me at it.
Get up here, try.
Just go away. Why don't you join? What's up, Jared?
I have a quick one. I found an example of the right being against sending in the National Guard. Our very own Kristi Noem in South Dakota said it would be tyranny if Biden were to send in the National Guard to deal with a border thing. There's a tweet about it. So you can pull
Let's
that one up and be
go.
like...
Let's go. Let's go. That didn't take long.
Well,
That
there's
didn't
always a
take
tweet.
long. There's always
There's
a tweet.
always a tweet.
You know what I find most shocking about it is like, I could not imagine a world, and this is really the shame aspect. I could not imagine a world in which I was that catastrophically wrong on a regular basis. And I couldn't imagine a world in which I contradicted myself on that long. Because if I had done that, where I posted a tweet where I said the exact opposite of something a year later, I would be like, I might be an ideologue. I might be just towing the party line here. Like I might have that thought. I would have that thought. Be like, okay, yeah, you're right. Like I'd be like, yeah. And I feel like I've been really logically consistent, so it's difficult for people to do that against me. But in this regard, like, I mean, I'm sure there's instances where I've contradicted myself, and I know that there's been times where I was like, oh yeah, that is contradictory. But I can't imagine having zero shame for literally anything you do or say. How being wrong is not a disqualifier, how it brings you nothing. And that's sociopathic as fuck, that you lie on a regular basis and it does nothing to your psyche. You're like, you're that awful of a person. That
Ignorance is
lying
bliss.
I feel
is
bad about
just...
shit I did in 5th grade.
I know. I cheated once on a test in the 2nd grade. It's the only time I ever did it. She caught my ass. And I was like, and I never did it again.
Busted.
And it wasn't even
I
a
stole
serious
from my mom's
test.
purse.
It wasn't even a serious test.
I did that in fourth grade. Same thing. I had the notes like in like a folder on the floor. I was really
Yeah, I had
bad
it in
at
the
it.
desk. I had it in the desk. It didn't. It was very obvious. And she was like, "Yoink!" She didn't even say anything.
Nah.
And I was just like, ugh.
I never stole from my mom, but I did forge her signature one time, and she caught me doing it.
Damn.
That was bad enough. Yeah.
You're going to hell.
We got
It was on a bad
mongoose.
test. I got a dead.
Uh
All right,
oh.
I'm
Yeah, this
out.
is, be very suspicious
Take
of
it
this
away.
guy in queue.
Take care. Take
Did
care.
you see
dude.
that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Who's
I
that
don't-
guy? It's
be
Mark,
very
right?
Suspicious. It's Mark Antony, yeah. But that's not
Yeah,
him. That's not his
that's not
account.
I'm gonna. I got the mute.
Yeah, I debated this guy last night. He's
Mongoose,
obnoxious.
hello.
What's going on?
Why do you have Mark's profile picture?
Oh, you know that guy?
Yeah. We go back
Oh,
a long
because I
time.
thought it was funny.
Okay. It's a
What
bit weird.
was funny? Can you let us in on
Yeah,
the
what was,
joke?
what's funny about following a guy that has like 10,000 followers and making him as your profile picture? Where's the joke?
It
Let us
was
in on
pretty
this one.
fucking funny. I don't know. Humor is subjective.
Oh, so it's just to shame somebody?
Who else has laughed at it? I'm curious. I want to know who else this is subjective to. Did anybody else in here find it funny?
His
Or
mom.
just weird? No?
Yeah, my mom did laugh at it, actually. I showed her, like, look, I have this
She
guy's
pat you on
profile
the
picture
head.
on. She's like, ha ha ha, this is really fucking funny. Yeah.
Did she say
Same-
good boy?
Same gene pool. Did you put it up
What?
on the refrigerator?
I might do that later. Yeah.
Figures. So anyways, what are you debating?
So, we know you're not a good person. Let's start there. What would you like to talk about?
The prompt.
Cool. Mega is a
Okay.
fascist movement.
Yeah, I disagree.
All right. What do you believe fascism to be?
Authoritarian government, I guess.
So how would this not be an authoritarian government? Doing things like going after Harvard's tax-exempt status for not allowing them the ability to control teachers, sending National Guard when not asked, and federalizing them illegally to send them into the state that did not request them for a reason that is not legal to nationalize them for, and to give them live
Well, Harvard
ammunition.
sucks, dude.
Apparently.
I mean, like, you don't see him doing it to any other Ivy League school. Just Harvard. They suck, man.
Right, he's trying to find a single one to do it to, but that doesn't matter. They're still a private institution. They can do what they
Done it to
want.
Columbus also.
He's doing it to multiple different people, by the way. He's doing it to multiple different news agencies where he's targeting them for their free speech.
Yeah, well, ABC
No, he
News
threat-
does suck.
He threatened funding for all schools. If they have DEI policies, he threatened their federal funding. Don't just
Why
think
should
it was
they have
Harvard.
DEI policies?
Why should they? I think that the Trump administration is the largest proprietor of DEI policies in America
How?
because they are bringing in people that are not qualified. Period.
Well, they're bringing loyalists, and I'll agree with you
Right,
there.
that are not qualified.
as qualified as the people there. But
So that
Donald
would be
Trump,
DEI.
from
That would be
his
DEI.
last
That would be your definition of DEI.
Well,
That's
he
not what
brought in
DEI is,
specific
but that would be
people
your definition of
that are
DEI.
loyal to him.
Right, that are less qualified.
They're incompetent mongoose.
I don't
Right.
think they're
So you
incompetent.
can't say that DEI is bad because it's bringing in incompetent people that are not qualified, but also the Trump administration is fine for
Diversity,
doing that very
equity, and
thing.
inclusion. What do those three terms have to do with what he's doing with the people?
So
in his
your
cabinet?
definition on the right is that DEI has to do with allowing unqualified people to be in there because of some attribute. In the instance of
which
DEI,
is
when you're
what
talking about,
attribute- what
hold on a second,
attribute?
you're talking about race. But in the Trump administration, you're talking about loyalty. I would think it's pretty comparable.
Right. So what? Out of what? Diversity, equity,
Are they be
and
giving? Are they
inclusion.
be giving?
What?
They're being.
Where does that go into place? In that
They are being
know,
given jobs that
acronym.
they are not qualified for because of an attribute that they have, which in this instance is a mega loyalist.
Yeah,
which
but
is what
as
very
somebody who
comparable to
runs a
what you're.
business,
It's
I
very
would want
comparable.
somebody loyal under me. I don't see
It's
a
very
problem with
right.
that.
That's fine that you only want loyalists, but the fact is you're not going for just loyalists. You're going for bottom of the barrel. People that are most loyal are superseding people that are loyal and qualified.
I disagree. I don't think
How
they're
would you
that
disagree?
bad to be not
Pete
qualified.
Hegseth is not qualified in any regard. He was brought in because he's a loyalist, not because he's qualified. He has no qualifications. There is currently a 22-year-old just out of high school that was a grocery clerk as well as a gardener and a lawnmower not a year ago, now looking over domestic terrorist extremist threats at I can't remember what department, but he's the head of it. He's a 22-year-old that has never worked in this whatsoever in his life. Has no security clearance previous to this, no military experience, nothing. He came fresh out of college.
All right, I mean,
How is that
if
not
you were
DEI?
CEO of a company, I mean, you wouldn't want people to like, be loyal to you. I'm so confused.
But how is that?
I mean,
But right, a 22-year-old. So he's putting someone that is not qualified at all because he is a loyalist. How is that not
I would,
DEI as
as a
you describe
president,
it?
I would want people that, agree
Homeland
with
Security.
me so I can get things done quicker. I mean,
That's fine that you would
that
want
guy,
people that agree with you.
the guy was put into office for a reason, and he wants to do things that he was elected to do. If he has a bunch of people that disagree with him in his cabinet, I don't think that's going to work out very good.
Okay, that's fine. But how are you going to sit there and complain about DEI?
I don't think that has to do with DEI. Being
So
loyal,
that does
I
have to
mean,
do with DEI. Hold on
even
a
if
second.
there
You are
were-
saying that the problem is that people are being given jobs for particular attributes that they have as a person, and they are unqualified to hold those jobs, and that is a problem in society. So in the instance of DEI, when you're talking about it in public policy, it has to do with race, gender, sexual orientation, a whole bunch of different things. When you're talking about DEI in the Trump administration, you're talking about loyalty as the precursor. They have an attribute.
Yeah, so what does that
Their
have to do
attribute
with
is they're
sex
loyal
or
to Donald
gender
Trump. It doesn't.
or
It doesn't.
race?
That's not my point.
Okay, exactly.
My point is, no, you're not understanding. My point is that in the instance of DEI, you believe that people are being given a job for something other than their qualifications because of some attribute that they have. And that's the same of the Trump administration. They are being given a job because they are loyalists, not because they're qualified to do the job. That is DEI as you prescribe it to be.
Yeah, but I don't think they're as underqualified as what you're saying.
I think they're more. Pete Hegseth has no background whatsoever in military logistics, in intelligence gathering,
Yeah, but he
in
was
the
in the
intelligence
military.
realm. What?
He was in the military.
There's lots of people that are in the military. That does not mean them
Okay.
qualified to do certain things.
I mean,
There
I
are
don't
combat
understand.
veterans
He was in
watching
the
this right
military.
now. It does not that does not mean you're qualified. Just because you're in the military doesn't mean you understand military logistics. Just because you make chess pieces doesn't make you a chess grandmaster. Pete Hegseth was in the military. He is not
It's the other way
qualified.
around.
He is the lowest rank. He is the lowest rank, by the way. The lowest rank I think that we've ever had. He's a what?
I think
A
there's
captain?
one other.
It's been
Yeah,
a
I
long
think there's one
time.
other, yeah.
But even when you're talking about those people that are brought up have been in the intelligence gathering sphere. They've been in the Pentagon for a long time. So you can say, well, he
Okay.
doesn't have, like, right. So he's just literally a guy that was a Fox News commentator that came out and went into the White House or to the Pentagon. Like, he has no pre-qualifications. And I think more tellingly for this is, like, you as a Republican should not want him to be there, right? I don't like him for his policies or whatever, right? In the same way that I don't like a lot of people that were in the previous Trump administration. But when it came to their official duties, they were at least qualified. Even if I despised what they were doing, they did understand the situation enough. You were putting a guy that has never operated military logistics, military supply lines, military anything,
Sure, but
manufacturing,
you're making it
whatever,
seem
and you're
like it's
putting him in
DEI
a
when it's
hold on a second. You're putting him in a circumstance where he is going to be faced off against China in the Taiwanese Strait. And in that circumstance, the only people that I would want in that position are the most qualified, the experts. I doubt very much he knows anything about the Taiwanese Strait. We want people that are going to be able to react in split-second notice, know what to do, how to do, what they're looking for, that have prepped this their entire life, that have prepped a rapid response for their entire life. And they know literally what's supposed to happen. They know the logistics of it. They know the response. They know the procedure. They know everything. And Hegseth is not that guy. If China were to invade Taiwan right now, would you want Pete Hegseth, that's never mobilized like navies, air force, and military simultaneously for multiple different air bases in multiple different time zones and multiple different issues going on? No. You would want the guy that's most qualified, that's ran that through, that's
All
done
right,
those
so who
war
would you
games a
rather
million
want then,
times.
Peter? Then who would you rather want then?
There was a whole bunch of people. I mean, there's
Like
endless
who?
people. There's the
Like
entire
who?
Joint Chiefs of Staff. There's people within it. There's Lloyd Austin, which you may be, oh, he doesn't agree. Lloyd Austin, there's endless people that could, you think you had to go all the way down to a fucking captain? The only reason
Why
you guys
not?
support
But
him is
here's the
because
thing,
Trump
right? Like,
is.
obviously
If
you
Joe
disagree
Biden
with
put
DEI.
forward,
I
if
mean,
Joe
based off of what
Biden,
you're saying, you disagree with DEI completely, which, you know,
well, no, because
hey,
I'm
I'm here
disagreeing
for
with
it.
your No. See, you think you got something. I'm disagreeing with your characterization of what DEI is. You think that DEI is what I described. That's not what DEI is.
It is.
That's what you think it is. It's not. It's
What is
absolutely
DEI?
not.
What is
DEI
DEI?
is ensuring that not only certain specific groups get involved and get into various different employment, right? And it's not just employment, but it also has to do with other things in society, housing, whatever. We want those groups to be represented in that, which I think is fair. And what DEI does is ensure that people that are qualified, by the way, you can go read through what they do in affirmative action and what DEI policies actually are. It ensures that people that are qualified get into those roles. And this is especially true because if you can imagine, do you think that someone that has a 3.8, 3.7 in the inner cities that came from poverty, that their 3.7, 3.8 somehow was the same level of difficulty to obtain as some white kid off in a prep school that has endless different tutors and got a 4.0 or a 4 whatever. I know they go above 4 whatever now. I don't fucking know how that works, but do you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
we
I
can
mean,
agree that
when
those
it
two
comes to a prep
circumstances,
school,
one is more
when it
difficult.
comes to a prep school, sorry, I got a call. But when it comes to prep school, I mean, you get harder work. I mean, there's a reason.
He broke up.
Comparing a prep school, like a prep academy, to a public school, that one that's underfunded is ridiculous.
Yeah, you're not
Right.
addressing what he said.
DEI, by the way, like most of the DEI happens once you're in the workplace. When it comes to outside, it's just expanding the network for recruitment. It doesn't even have to do so much with hiring because, yeah, you have to be as good or better than the other non-DEI people. But it's more about once you're in the workplace where your work will offer you certain programs like women in leadership, courses like that. Things for veterans, like maybe, even going, like if men were to get up and go to HR, their company that doesn't offer paternity leave, and then, men gathered, went to HR, talked, had them actually put together a paternity leave package, that would be considered a DEI initiative.
Yeah,
So-
but again, if you were to let's say there's a company and this company did not use DEI.
Swoop.
All right, so they have the best, employees and for the
Swoop.
job. And then
Appreciate it.
they
Thank you on
realize
Twitch.
that they don't have
the
enough
resub.
diversity in their company. So they choose to use DEI. So they bring in candidates and then they hire diversity for their company. They're automatically going to most likely be underqualified
No, that's
to
not
their
how it works.
employees in their
That's
company.
not how it works.
That's
not
exactly
how
how
it
that
works.
works.
No, it
Why-
isn't.
No.
Are you have you ever been a hiring manager? Do you work in HR?
No,
Okay, cool. So maybe you should read about it before you say, nope, that's not
Can
how
we
it works.
read about it.
Can we
I mean,
address
it's
the
not
red
flag
rocket
real quick?
science.
Read.
Why are people of diversity automatically going to be underqualified?
Like I said, the employees that are already in the company are already, let's say that they're already very, very, very qualified. Okay.
So
Automatically,
so
if you're going to
there's
try to
hold on, I
choose
have a
to bring
question
in
though.
diversity and not qualified people, you're going to bring underqualified people comparing to the people you already have.
So why are you assuming diversity is automatically going to bring in unqualified people?
Because you're not looking for the most qualified candidates. You're
Listen,
looking for diversity.
wait,
Yeah,
stop.
you are.
Unqualified,
No, you're not.
hold on. Unqualified candidates don't bother you, bud. Remember. So don't bring that up as an argument.
I don't.
What are you talking about?
The glaring part here is you consider diversity automatically unqualified.
Yeah.
Why is
No,
that?
you did not listen to what I'm saying.
No, I heard 100%. Everybody there's the best workers ever. When they bring in diversity, they're automatically going to be unqualified.
Yeah, when you're
worsening
looking for only
right.
diversity.
So I understood what you
yeah,
said.
100%.
So I'm going to reiterate my question. Why is bringing diversity in automatically make them unqualified?
Because
So you understand what you're saying,
when
right?
you're smaller,
The company in question you're talking about is filled with white people who are really good at their jobs, and then because of these DEI laws, they had to go out and.
It doesn't
hire some
matter.
brown-
I mean, I
they
think
had to go out and hire
DEI
brown and
can
black
be.
people.
I mean, it could
Hold
be a
on,
bunch
bro.
of black people.
I don't
and then
know
you
if you
can
don't
use
know how
DEI
this
to bring in
works,
white
but they can
people.
only hear one of us
What are you
talking at the
talking
same
about?
time. Hey, you need to stop talking when I'm talking.
No, but you're just spewing things. You're like assuming
No,
like
because
this company only has
I'm
white people
pointing
for
back
whatever
to you. I am pointing back to you what you are saying. This company in question is filled with white people who are
Why?
qualified.
Why does
right?
it have to be white people? That's my question.
Well, what is diversity to you then?
To me, if a company has any race that's majority or any gender that's majority, doesn't matter what it is, they are going to use DEI, correct? Why does it have to be white people?
Okay,
That's my question.
so-
No. Because you said when they bring
Because
in
you know
diversity.
that's wrong. That's completely
No.
wrong.
You're this is Darvo and an attempted Darvo.
Why
So
can the
your
company
your
all be
assumption
Asian?
is that the company.
That's
I
my
don't know if
question.
you didn't hear me the first
Stop
time. You have to shut up, dude. Thank you. So your whole premise was the company was filled with qualified people, the best workers. When they bring in diversity, it gets worse. What's the diversity then?
No, that's not what I said. When they're looking for only diversity,
No. Josh nailed it. Nope, Josh nailed it. Clocked him. You're sitting here saying you're bouncing between two arguments. This is a Mott and Bailey fallacy. You are implying, okay, that diversity has to do with race, but also that it doesn't have to do with qualifications. And you're bouncing around between qualifications and race, because when we're saying, well, what makes them unqualified is DEI, you're missing the point. So this is what's happening. I'm trying to formulate how this is working, but you're basically saying that I don't like DEI. And I don't like DEI because those people are unqualified. And then when we're asking you what makes DEI people unqualified, you're
It's
turning
because they're
around and saying,
being
hold on a second, you're
chosen
turning
because
around
of
and
their
saying, wait,
diversity
but
over
you're
their qualifications.
right. So why would you, but what's happening here is you've caught yourself in a trap, because we're trying to ask you what makes people unqualified about DEI, and you don't have an answer because you wanted to imply race, but you can't do that now because you've said, as part of your argument, it doesn't matter what racial group is in control and which one, it has to do with all. So anytime they hire a DEI candidate, so what makes a DEI candidate, particularly someone that walks in there, unqualified? Because if you're going to say that it's a black-owned business and they have to employ DEI stuff for people to come in, right? And it's going to be predominantly white people and other races, what inherently makes that applicant unqualified? That's the question.
Fact that well, here's the thing, right? If a company were to just do DEI, okay, they're hiring people based off their race and gender. They're not hiring people based off their qualifications.
Where are you? Wait. How have you? That's a conjecture. Where have you got that assumption
It's
from?
like, imagine you're walking.
Hold on, wait,
to a
no.
building,
Where
oh,
have you
guys,
got that
I'm a
assumption
DEI
from?
hire.
Hold on. Where have you got that
That's
assumption
an
from?
insult, dude.
Where are you getting this information from? That is a assertion that you have made. Where are you getting that from? That they're hiring
Getting what
specifically
from?
on that and not qualifications. And who is to
Getting
say
what
that the
from?
people that are coming in that are applying are not more qualified than even the people that work there?
I mean,
especially
you
wait.
see
Hold
sports,
on.
they don't use DEI.
Hold on.
I mean, what are you on
Stop.
about?
Don't derail me. Don't derail me because you're getting cooked right now. Don't derail me because you're getting cooked. You're saying, okay, you're saying that inherently DEI is bad, and you're saying that the people that were brought in, let's say it's a completely black-owned business, okay, and you're saying that, well, the people that are going to come in to replace them are inherently less qualified. The problem with that logic, though, is that if DEI if they needs to be implemented, it's because one group of people was overrepresented. And unfairly
Right,
so,
but it
correct?
doesn't work
So how
anywhere.
can you say that if one group was clearly overrepresented, which we know that that's true, that every applicant that comes in is unqualified? Where can you make that determination? You're saying that they're hiring based off race, not qualifications. Where are you getting that from?
They're obviously putting in race or gender over qualifications if they're
Where?
using
Where? Where?
DEI.
Where? You can't say obviously. You have made that determination. Where are you getting that from?
Dude, if we know a company's hiring somebody because of DEI, okay, they're putting
But
in
they're not hiring. It's
diversity,
about
equity, and
hearing.
inclusion
It's about hearing.
over merit.
Right, but how do you know
That's
that?
my entire point.
But how do
Because
you
that's
know
what
that?
they're
Because
doing.
the entire no, because you're not
What?
understanding. You're not
What are you
understanding.
talking about?
You're not understanding. Because the reason that these groups, and this is the critical thing you're not getting, the reason that these corporations, that these entities across the United States are employing only white people is because we used to have DEI for only white people. They would allow people that were white, that were unqualified, to come into those roles because they were white, or because they could be buddy-buddy
you
with
think
them,
that's
because they
okay?
weren't the other. We
Do
knew
you
that
think that's okay?
Do I think that is okay? No. That is what
Okay, thank you.
DEI
Thank you
seeks.
very much.
Right. That is what DEI seeks to undermine.
We're agreeing. Look at that.
Right. So DEI, as a principle, seeks to undermine having unqualified people
Yep.
pre-DEI. Right. I know. I understand. What are you arguing
Okay.
with then? Because my argument is that the system as it's set up, because it implicitly has always allowed white people in, which you say is bad. It has always allowed white people in, correct? And you say that's bad. That we would
Yeah,
only
if
allow
you're
one group. Right,
underqualified
right,
and
right.
you're
So
being let into a company
DEI
because of
seeks,
your race,
right,
it's
right,
not
right,
okay.
right. So, right, and I agree. And that's the way it used to work. DEI recognized
still
that.
works like
Wait,
that.
no. But DEI recognized those policies, right, with affirmative action, or with what MLK called his breadbasket, that this was happening, that corporations and entities weren't ending up with the best and brightest. They were ending up with the worst, because the people that were qualified, that were people of color, were not being allowed to interview. They were not being allowed into the corporation. They were not being allowed in there. And so the actual the best people that were for the job were inherently being left out of the hiring pool, which is what you say you're against. And you sit there and you say, well, we're against DEI, because DEI seeks to undermine the fact that a lot of these corporations, a lot of these colleges were bringing in only white people. And it didn't have to do with merit. It had to do with color.
Right. So
So
I'm
DEI
against it
is a
because,
policy
look.
that seeks
I'm
to
against it because
undermine,
for it to work anywhere,
but
for it
it
to work
seeks
anywhere, it
to
has to work
undermine
everywhere.
what you're already
It has to work
against.
everywhere, and it doesn't work everywhere. It does not.
Mongoose, 1 second. What you are talking about is affirmative action. What we're talking about is DEI. I already explained to you
I
how
think
that
that's
works. It's
where he's
expanding the
getting it.
network of recruitment, right? So they don't know that they are, like when you put on your resume, you don't put the color of your skin on your resume. They're just trying to make sure that it's a wider net in areas that they usually don't advertise the job position in.
And I think it
Okay.
makes
I
it more
understand.
robust, right? I think it makes it more robust, because now they have to consider applicants that otherwise. I want to talk about this really quick, and then I'm going to let Jaden and Paige and Josh have it. But like it's like this, right? There's this guy, and granted, I don't like the show. It's that Ryan dude show. He brought on this Delta Force operator. They don't have Delta Force talk about it very often, but he was talking about what he went through Delta Force and what they were looking for, right? And this is an important part, because if you're a guy that's in an army and you're looking for the best, you might want the people that shoot the best, people that have the best range accuracy, the people that are the most motivated, whatever, right? That's what you would be in like, you would be looking for that. Right? Like that's what you would think off the top of your head you would look for. Can you verify that? That sounds about right. That you would look for the person that has the best scores, range scores, whatever, that can shoot the best, that can be the best military. That's what you're looking for. Right? There's no argument there.
I mean, I would say that's a portion.
Right, but I would say that's a big part. I would say that objectively, if you were to like, how do I build the best army, you're going to look for the people with those best attributes, right?
I mean, if you're joining special forces like Delta Force or Navy SEALs, they're looking for a certain type of people.
Right, but they are. You would think that the things that they're looking for, the people who's going to be the best soldier, who's going
And that's
to
why I
have the
said
best
that's a
marks and
portion of
best.
it.
Right,
That's not
right.
the
But
full
those are things.
portion.
Right, and I'm glad you brought that up because what you're looking at is things like test scores. You're looking at things like, well, how well did they do in this class? What were their extracurricular activities, et cetera, right? And you're looking for a good student. You're looking for a good student or someone to go in there. Or if you're in a job, you're looking for a good worker. But what this guy brought up that I thought was important, and I've thought this to some degree, right? I think most of us do, but he laid it out like this. He's like, Delta Force is not looking for the best soldiers. They're not looking for the best person that can shoot. He's like, there's a million guys that can shoot. There's a million guys that can do this and that, and they could be great soldiers. What they're looking for is people that can fill in holes, that have specific tasks that they can do, specific life experiences that can come in handy. So they'll have like a guy or two that have worked on cars, or one that was a diesel mechanic, or one that works with this or that in their off time. Why? So they can create a well-rounded unit. And so if you have a corporation, right, and you see this a lot throughout the 90s, by the way, that only has a certain type of people, right, then they go bankrupt frequently because they don't see it. Like take for instance, like sporting goods stores that didn't see the internet boom, or bookstores that didn't see the internet boom coming, right? Why? Because they have a certain type of people. So when you have that diversity of thought, when you have that diversity of experience, you bring in a lot. Right? So like Amazon, they want an incredibly diverse workforce. Why? So they can view it from all sorts of aspects of life. How could we possibly mess this up? How could we possibly? And I will say in this show, if you guys have watched me on a regular basis, I have a lot of life experience with random shit that comes in handy when I'm talking to people that I don't know anything about, right? When it comes to either construction or, random facts across, like I have a pretty wide breadth of that. And I would say that makes me a better debater because then I'm able to pick up on some bullshit more. It's the same thing with the workforce. You want an incredibly diverse workforce so that they can see it from all aspects of life. Because the way I view it, not the way Paige is going to view it, or the way Jaden's going to view it. We're going to view it differently because we have different life experiences. And that's fine. I think that helps, that we see something. Frequently I ask them, right? Like frequently I'll ask Jaden or Paige or whatever, whoever, or Josh or a bunch of people what they think, because I think that's important, right? I may not inevitably do that, and I know that pisses Paige off and Josh, but whatever. But, at least I'm understanding, like, okay, is this going to be a major fuck up, what I'm thinking? So that's what we want in the workforce. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I just had sort of a general question for you here, Mongoose. If you were, say, tasked with some kind of job which required you to weed out the DEI hires in a certain workforce, what exactly would you look for in order to do that?
What job do I have? I mean, what am I looking for?
As in, you are tasked with finding and firing all of the DEI hires.
Finding and firing?
Yes.
Probably look at their resume before.
Jaden, you're
Kind
teacupped.
of I go based off of merit,
Teacupped?
Yeah, you want to rejoin? It means he's not connected. If you guys are watching.
But DEI doesn't work anywhere
Yeah,
until
hang on. I want to follow up. Hang on. Don't speak for a second.
Yeah, you can rejoin. I'm just gonna throw this out here really quick. We have 16 subs left until 12:30, so we got about 40 minutes. Is that right? About 40 minutes. And I've actually given you guys a little bit more time because I think I got on earlier than that. But at 12:40 or 12:30, we'll get off live. If we hit the 60 sub goal, we will stay live, or sorry, not stay live, but we will be back on live for a night live. If we don't, we're gonna call it. Also, to be hit, we gotta hit the corgi gift goal over here. So if you guys want to send corgis off to Jaden, because Jaden's in here working hard, send Jaden some corgis. Corgis, hit that corgi goal, and then we'll come back on live in about 3 hours, about 3:30. We'll do a night live. If not,
okay,
we call it. Go ahead, Jaden.
So you were saying you look at their resume?
Yeah, their merit, man.
Okay, and all of them having qualified for the very jobs that they're working at that point, how exactly would you determine that they're not qualified? Like, what factors would you look for to say that they're not?
If I'm hiring somebody and
if you're firing.
I'm firing?
Yeah, Because like I said, in this hypothetical, you're tasked with rooting out and weeding out all the DEI hires, and I'm just asking, what specifically are you looking for to do that?
I don't know. They're already like embedded into the situation. I mean, I don't really know. It's not my job.
Okay. I'm curious, why would you look at their prior resume and not their current work performance? Because that would determine whether or not they're qualified to
Oh
stay
yeah, you're
on,
right.
would it not?
Yeah, yeah. Current work performance in general, honestly. Yeah.
Okay. And so would you just eliminate the ones that are performing the least?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even have to do with DEI. If they're doing shitty performance, they're probably going to get laid off. Yeah.
That's
How that
kind of the
works.
point, is that it has nothing to do with DEI, and yet you've weaponized the fact that these are people's identities that are commonly left out of this as reason to remove them out from the situation here.
Yeah, but my point is that DEI doesn't work anywhere until it works everywhere, and it
Can you
doesn't work.
quantify that? You say it doesn't work anywhere. Can you give an example of where
No,
it hasn't worked?
I said DEI does not work anywhere
That's what
until
I
it
said.
works everywhere.
Okay, wait. So it doesn't work anywhere until it works everywhere.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
There's plenty of industries that literally cannot do DEI.
Like what?
Sports industries, every sport actually.
Why would they not be able
things
to?
because you're
Oh, Jesus
literally
Christ, he's gonna
looking
go
at
there.
diversity, equity, and inclusion before you look at any of their skills they have, which doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh, I get it.
How? Sports are
Well, the
already quite
NBA is
diverse.
not DEI at all. I mean, look at the NBA. Look at the NFL.
The
Look
NBA
at,
has players of all ethnic backgrounds.
really? So 70% of it, I'm pretty sure, is black or African American, and
Again, you're
around
conflating
15% is
affirmative
white.
action with
So
DEI.
when you well, it's not really using DEI to the fullest extent. I'll tell you what, because they're not doing very good at it. So they're not using DEI because they can't. That doesn't make any sense.
How exactly
You
would
don't
they?
think-
How are they not using DEI? Because it
Because
was
they're not hiring
predominantly
people
all
based off
white.
their race.
It was exclusively all white at one point. You understand that, right? And now it
Okay,
is a
and
multicultural,
guess what? Guess what?
multi-ethnic sport.
Okay, but guess what? Our country has became very less racist, and now we don't use in sports specifically. Okay, you're
Okay,
not
I'm just
being
pointing
hired
to the
based
fact
off
that
your race.
the current makeup of the NBA is a result of DEI, and you're saying that it wouldn't work,
So
even though
they're
that's
being
what it's
hired
amounted
because they're
to.
black.
What?
No, they're being hired out of merit.
Because
Do
they're
you think
skilled.
the NBA?
Yeah, they're being
do you
hired
think
off
the
their
NBA
merit.
doesn't hire
DEI
off of
does not
merit?
include merit, dude.
The
Yes, it does.
fuck?
No,
Yes,
it doesn't.
It does.
So you're saying they're being looked at their merit before their race
Yes,
and gender?
their merit,
No, you're
as
not.
well
Stop
as the
lying.
fact that they
No,
are
you're not.
of an underserved
What?
community. So both of those play into factor.
What?
Right.
What are you
And
talking
I'm
about?
saying they're
Wait,
being
What? They're being looked at for their skill. What?
Yes, they are. And they're saying that DEI is in the NBA at the moment when it's not.
Yeah, man.
Yes, that is how the NBA's current makeup
No, it's
exists
not. Stop
as
lying.
it does.
No, it doesn't.
Do you know who?
How?
Do you know
It was
Jackie
an
Robinson
all-white
is?
organization that excluded black people, that excluded Asian people, that excluded
Yeah, at
excluded
some
Latinos.
point it was at some point
Right,
point,
and then what
our
did away with that? Because it's not all black.
I have a question.
what? Okay,
It's not
it doesn't
all
matter.
black.
It doesn't matter if it's
It
all
does
black.
matter
It's
because that
majority
defeats
black.
your argument.
It's majority black. So you're gonna make Asian and
Okay,
Indian people
so-
go into the NBA?
I want to make this point really
It's
quick.
not about-
so,
Go ahead.
because this
It
is, I
literally
think, getting
is.
this is getting to the root of it. I think so. Jane and I hope that it is getting to the root of it. But just a question: if we still had segregation in the NBA and black people couldn't play, would the quality of play be less?
100%.
Awesome. So, affirmative action DEI policy set to make it so that black people could play in the NBA.
There's no DEI in the NBA. I don't know why you keep on
So
saying
there was in fact a ban. They were banned from playing. So the point that we're making is that having these all-white groups are detrimental. They're detrimental
Okay,
to
but
companies
if
and
you were to
corporations
say-
as a whole. And in this instance, the quality of play, per your own admission, was worse when we did not allow people of color to play in basketball.
Okay,
And now
but
that
based
we've
off your
implemented
logic that
DEI
is
policies,
inside the NBA, why
we
is there
have-
no Indian people?
We have
Why?
implemented, really quick, we have implemented DEI policies that have allowed the best players to enter the league.
Yeah, because it's not DEI. It's based off merit.
I don't
And
understand. I don't. So a DEI policy would be allowing black people to play in the NBA when they previously couldn't.
yeah, but
That's
it's not
a
just
DEI
black people.
policy.
There's white people. There's Asian people. There's indigenous people. There's
I
Indian
know,
people,
but
there's all
that's
these
a
people that are barely inside the NBA.
What do you mean
Okay,
by
so
Indian?
that's what I'm
You
trying to
mean
say.
right, but
If
it's not
DEI was
excluding.
put
But
in
really quick,
place
it's
in the
not excluding.
NBA,
But DEI
these
is not
people
excluding.
would more thrive in the NBA than they are now.
It's
That's what
not
I'm trying to say, they're
excluding
not.
people
So
from
they don't
playing
have
in the
DEI because it's not
NBA.
based off merit.
It's not excluding people from playing in the NBA. And you still seem to think that DEI policies have to do with people that are less qualified playing in certain things, in this instance basketball, which is not true. Just that
true.
people that are where is it true? Where are
Because
you
if
getting
they
this
were
from?
to input DEI and then some dude, if they're, oh my God, okay, look, white people, sorry to say it, their majority of them are not as good as black people when it comes to basketball. Okay, so
Why
when
is
they were to
that?
put,
Mongoose, why
What?
is that?
they just aren't.
Let's get
dude.
down to the racist roots of what you're talking about. Why is that?
How is that racist? It's fact.
Go ahead, tell me
There's a reason,
why
there's a
is the
reason why
NBA, why is the
70% of
NFL
NBA is
predominantly
black.
made up
What
with
do you
black
want
people?
about?
Cool.
There's
why
nothing in
is
the kick
that?
pool. We're free up on the kick pool. By the way, really quick, we have 30 minutes. 30 minutes to hit 16 subs. If you sub on you or over on TikTok, it's 2. If you sub everywhere else with the normal one, it's 1. We have 30 minutes. We also have to hit the Corgi goal up here, and I'll come back live tonight for a night live. Make sure you guys send those over to Jaden, and then we'll. Did I get another sub? Card, appreciate it. Thank you. I did get another sub. Appreciate it. So now we got 14. Appreciate it. Thank you. If we get some dubs and drumsticks in the chat. 14 left. But if you guys want to support Jaden, hit the Corgi goal, edit over here. I'm trying to get on the For You page and blow up. So if you guys want to support, Corgi's to Jaden. There's that goal right there. And then we'll stay live. And we got 30 minutes.
Corgi's to
So,
Jaden for-
and I'm serious. I will not do a night live. I did a lot of live yesterday. I will not do a night live. So. Right,
Yeah,
go
man.
ahead.
Let me give you an idea of what you're talking about. As a society, America has given people of color very limited ways to get out of poverty. One of those ways is through entertainment and through basketball, football, sports, stuff like that, right? And that's where we see black people succeeding because out of necessity and practice. They practice harder. And I promise you, if white people or people from India or people from Asia practiced harder, they would also be within the
I
NBA.
don't think you practicing harder has to do
But
with your
because
race.
we have limited marginalized communities to be successful, this is what we've seen people excel in.
Okay, I
That's-
agree with that
that's why.
part, but
That's why.
I completely disagree on the fact that just because you're black or white or indigenous, you practice harder. That makes no sense whatsoever.
No, I think, to be honest, I think it more so has to do with like who's playing what sport more. To be honest with you, like so. But I mean, it's sure. I mean, it's practice. Whatever.
Can I butt in? I just want to know, why is it that you went towards sports when we were talking about black people rather than saying when hiring a
What?
professor at Harvard University? Why is it you didn't choose something like that?
We
Instead,
weren't
you went
talking
for
specifically about black people, and if you thought that, you're just
No, I'm saying
AJC,
when
appreciate
you
the
brought
5
up
gifted.
black
Thank you. Can we
people,
get some dubs
you
and drumsticks in the
brought
chat
it
for the
up.
5
Why
gifted?
didn't you
AJC,
choose
appreciate it.
something that wasn't sports related? Why didn't you choose something that was, say, in the
Do white
academic?
people not play sports now?
Yes,
That was
Where are
your
you
I
talking
argument,
understand
was that they
was
weren't.
your
That-
argument.
I mean, this
That was
woman's just like
totally-
trying to
that
make
was
me
your
like seem like some racist.
Bro,
I don't even
you're
know
the
what
one
the
that
hell's
said they
going
need
on.
DEI in the NBA. That was literally your argument.
Okay,
You've
because
argued
the
that they're too
NBA
black.
obviously doesn't use DEI because they pick the best people for the job.
Okay, and
It's
hold
not
on.
about
Wait,
race.
really quick. Prior to the civil rights movement, it was largely these white companies, white corporations, etc., only hiring white people. Would you say that at any point in that time that they 100% hired the best and most qualified people for the jobs?
No, they're fucking racist, man.
Okay, awesome. So then what's your fucking complaint? Because even if you were to
Because you
say that
guys are
this is
saying-
hold on. Even if you were to say that this is what's happening, you're advocating for a time in which we go back to where the same thing's happening now, where you
No.
think underqualified people are in corporations now. We go back to the same time, except black people are excluded.
No, I'm saying
No,
everywhere.
can you reiterate what I
besides-
just said? Can you reiterate what I just said?
Which part?
The part I just said, to make sure you got it.
I forgot it, dude. Say it again.
Okay, I need you to listen because this is an important point. Did someone give gifted, by the way? Who subbed? Someone give gifted? I think someone gave gifted. I don't know who did it, though.
Normie gifted subs.
Normie, appreciate it. Thank you, Normie. Can we get some dubs and drums in the chat for Normie and AJC? Appreciate it with the 5. Thank you. I am saying that prior to the civil rights movement, prior to DEI policies, prior to affirmative action, people of color were largely excluded. You said that that created a situation in which the least qualified people, okay? The least qualified people were hired by businesses, corporations, whatever. And I asked, did that mean, could you imagine a time, when that being the case, where certain groups of people were excluded, that any of them, okay, that any of those corporations were the best with the most qualified people? You said no. And so now you're saying that we're doing that, but with people of color now. So you're advocating at best for a policy that returns to when white people could be hired en masse, and we end up in the same circumstance that we are now that you're complaining about, except black people and women are not hired. It's just white people.
Okay.
So my point is, in this instance, though, one more thing. In this instance, hold on a second. I know you're going to try and deviate. I know. In this instance, DEI policies forces corporations and companies to consider people of color, to consider larger groups, because if your company is only in the suburbs and you're hiring people only in the suburbs, you're going to hire mostly white people. So it requires them to expand their search radius. It requires them to bring in a larger pool of people. It requires them to consider people that they otherwise wouldn't previously consider. That does not mean that they're less qualified.
I understand if we're in the 1960s and you want to use DEI. I completely understand that. But now, in today's age, in 2025, I don't think there's a use for affirmative action or DEI. I think it's pointless. I think you doing that is being racist to me. I honestly think it is.
Being racist? How is it racist? So you're still under the impression that people that are not qualified are being hired?
I'm thinking that people are being chosen for their race before merit over people.
And where are you getting? Can you substantiate that? Can you substantiate that?
You want me to give you an example?
Yeah, just like any kind of workplace hiring practice from any corporation whatsoever that says we need a black person, doesn't matter your schooling background whatsoever.
Well, I mean, there's definitely companies today that choose, whether it's white, Asian, black, and they're specifically dominant to that race.
But can you give some kind of distinct hiring practice that any of these companies have instituted that says we're looking for race over merit?
I can give you a company that succeeded without DEI.
That's not what I asked you, and you know that's not what I asked you.
But I don't even understand what you're asking me, to be honest.
You are telling me that corporations, these businesses and their hiring practices are looking for race over merit, and I'm asking you, can you show me?
They implement DEI.
Let me finish, please. Let me finish. Can you demonstrate how that practice is actually done?
An example?
That's all I'm asking.
Okay. Let's say a company's hosting a job interview. They have a couple candidates, and two of them. Okay, one has maybe
which company
equal. Sorry,
which company?
That's not what he asked me.
That's what he doesn't want an explanation of what you're.
He literally just said.
He wants to know an example of a company.
That's not what he
said.
He wants a real company. Jaden, you asked for
a company
right?
that's
I'll
using
give you a
this.
company that does not implement DEI at all and has succeeded very much.
Okay, who?
Your argument is companies are doing this. What company?
Google did not implement DEI at all.
Google hasn't implemented DEI at all.
No, they haven't.
I'm sorry, man. Are you afflicted in some way we're not aware of? You really are having a hard time tracking this.
Right here, Google is phasing out its diversity, equity, inclusion. Whoops, looks like it means they had DEI. That doesn't work out for you. Crazy. And it's also interesting that they managed to be one of the largest companies on the planet with DEI policies. That's fucking weird.
What happened? What'd he say?
Cheryl, appreciate it. Thank you. Quote, this woman says
left.
kick. No, Cheryl paid to kick. Can we get some dubs and drumsticks in the chat for Cheryl? Cheryl, appreciate it. Thank you for the 35 over on You over on Venmo. Appreciate it, Cheryl. Thank you. Thank you for paying to kick. I got to get caught up on the subs really quick. I think we hit it, but Cheryl, appreciate it. Let me get caught up on the subs. So Norma gifted some subs. I'm going to throw some shout outs because I'm not sure who all was subbed on their own or who all got one. So I'm just going to say it. Norma, appreciate it. Can we get some dubs and drumsticks in the chat for the gifted subs? Coolings, appreciate it. Thank you. Bree, appreciate it. Alyssa, appreciate it. Molly, or Malky, appreciate it. Thank you. Buckcherry, appreciate it. And Poshy, appreciate it. Thank you. It shows up differently in the names. It doesn't show sometimes it shows the display name, and then like on this one, I think it shows the other name. So I'm like, but I think we were caught up till 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we have 5 on that one? Which should be 61. Nice. We got it. 61. We still need the corgi goal. We got 25 minutes.
Nice.
So we got the corgi goal. I mean, so I said if we hit the corgi goal over on TikTok and the sub goal, because I'm trying to get us out on the For You page there, that I would go live for a night live at, I think, 3 or 4. Probably 4.
Okay.
Probably 4. Probably go live at 4.
Going to 3?
Trump failed. Appreciate it. Thank
you.
Starting at 4. So night live at 4,
Okay.
probably a little bit earlier, that time slot. And then we'll just it'll be a remainder subathon, so we'll just put a sub goal every hour until I get tired. And then we'll end it after that. So it's been a long weekend. Appreciate the corgis. Thank you. Make sure you guys are sending them to Jaden.
I'll take
the
'em.
corgi goals over to Jaden.
Can I just say something on the DEI? It's white women that benefit, just like affirmative action. It's also a DEI hires. It's white women that benefit twice as much than BIPOC women, and then veterans. Yeah. So you guys keep going on race. I'm sorry, you're just outing yourselves. You either don't read or, yeah. Look at your biases and your dog whistles.
13 more corgis. I'll do a night live. Addie, what's up? Make sure you send them to Jaden, though. What's going on, Addie? Addie.
Addie?
That's what I'm on. All right. Sarah. 13 more. All right. Is anybody hopping in the box to debate? Would appreciate it. We're just having a subathon, so if you guys want to sub on any one of the platforms, would appreciate it. I'm not sure if I missed something from someone. AJC, appreciate the 5 gifted. Thank you. Norma, appreciate it. Trump failed. Appreciate it. But yeah, we have super chats over there, and there's a Venmo Cash App in the bio. And it's been a long weekend, so show some love. It would be honestly tragic if we didn't hit the corgi goal at the end here. It'd be so real with you.
I agree.
Trump failed. Appreciate dude has Larry Bird syndrome. I mean, there's been a lot of good white basketball players. I would just say it's like, it's like like for instance, like Americans. Hey, appreciate the sub. Thank you. I'm not sure who subbed. It's like Americans, right? Like Americans have. Did someone sub? Or I miss it. I thought someone subbed. It's like Americans, like, like there's certain sports we're not going to be very good at, right? Because we don't, in the international field, because we don't have a lot of people playing them, right? Like our soccer teams, okay? A lot of them come over internationally. There's a decent amount of soccer players here, but you notice the best soccer players don't come from America. It's simply a matter of, like, the talent pool that you're pulling from, right? So, like, appreciate it. Thank you. We're 50% of the goal. So, like, who's the best baseball player that ever lived? Well, you can have an argument about that, but it's probably someone that never picked up a baseball bat, right? When you get into chess, right? Chess is a great example of this. Most grandmasters are men. Does that mean men are better at chess than women? No. Men are more inclined to play chess than women. So as a result, that pool, right, that pool that you're pulling from, you could be pulling from a pool. If everyone plays chess is 90% men and 10% women, then having a 90 to 10% ratio on grandmasters makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
I would also like to note that the NBA is not just basketball players. I don't know why or where anybody gets that notion, but there's a multitude of different organizations and programs that go into that, like mentorships, sponsorships, assistant coaching positions, et cetera, of which women have led in and continue to be leaders in. An assortment of different staff positions are filled by a variety of different people from different backgrounds. Anyways, screw them. Guess we can't curse today. It's Sunday. But
I'm trying not to. I catch myself.
Wait.
Yeah.
You wonder why Latin America has the best soccer teams? Is because they grow up with it. They have more exposure to the sport. Like I've seen videos of the kids growing up and they kick the soccer balls from rooftop to rooftop. I mean, that's how good they are at young ages. It's
I know, even the old people can still kick one.
It's actually the puppy kisses. If you guys could send those to Jaden, by the way, would appreciate it. But I like I'm just trying to get this out on the For You page and stuff. Sorry, I got distracted.
Oh yeah, Tommy. Did you hear that dream I told you about?
Yeah.
That annoyed the shit out of me. I woke up irritated at you.
Okay, hold on one second. I'm gonna ask this before I forget. By the way, if you guys Venmo Cash at me, I'm gonna read over in just a second. I haven't checked it a second. That is a really great way to support, but would appreciate it. My girlfriend asked, you should ask your live if they think Rush Hour is racist. And I asked her why, if there was any specific reason. Appreciate it. Thank you for the corgis, guys, and for the gift goal and stuff.
Shayna.
We're 7 away, the puppy kisses. Hey, appreciate it, guys. Thank you. We're trying to get this live out. It's working really well, by the way. It's working really, really well. Whatever we've decided to do is working well. You know, getting back out on the For You page. It's gonna be really nice when the video views start going out, because then we'll have those people come in too. We might just watch like the live views explode. So it might be a good time to start thinking about.
Yeah.
Well, I think you know what it is.
Not a
like
lot of good lives.
No, I mean, you got to think of what it is. Like, what I was previously doing is, like, I was posting videos, and I was getting, like, millions of views a week, and people were rotating in and out. And so, yeah, I was going to have, like, 1,500 people in here, 1,200 people in here on a regular basis. It would make sense. Now that I'm not getting video views, that's not happening. So I'm working on, I'm waiting on the Trump administration to reverse that, and then I'm just going to fucking pump videos. You know what I mean? Just get them fuckers out and hope we get some more people in here. But right now, it's just not going out to anyone. Literally not going out. They shut off political talk entirely. So I don't really think it's worth posting a video right now. But apparently there's supposed to be an extension. Hopefully it happens in the next couple of days. Should be all right. Should survive this month, hopefully. Is Rush Hour racist? Did we come to a conclusion on that?
I say yes. It plays into negative stereotypes about black people and Asian people. Yeah. Isn't it like written and directed by white people too?
I don't know.
Let's see.
I haven't watched it in a long time, but I do remember liking it. But maybe I go back and go like, ooh, I don't know about this.
2 white guys.
Maybe go back, ooh,
2 white
I don't know
guys.
about this.
Yep, and the director's white too.
Yikes. Yikes. Well, it's rough.
Yeah. Anywho, 2 things. One, I had this annoying dream. I took a fat nap yesterday. I had this annoying dream that Tommy was visiting me, and we were driving up. We were driving up the mountains, and we were listening on the radio. Pumped Up Kicks came on, and I was like, "Yeah, turn this shit up." And I was singing along to it and bobbing along, and then Tommy was like, "Eh," and so he turned that shit off. And I was like, "Tommy, this is a once in a generational song here. Music like this doesn't come along often. Like, this song changed me." And I whipped out my old school IDs, and I was like, this is me before Pumped Up Kicks, and this is me after. And you could see the difference that it makes. Like, you're ruining the entire vibe right now. He was like, nah, it's just a shit song. I was like, what? And we had this heated debate about, like, the merits of it and the lyrical meanings to it. And I was honestly disappointed in you, Tommy. I expected better.
I expected more.
Thought better of your takes there.
Well,
Tom's all, no, but have you heard of Bright Eyes?
Once in a. Oh, we did get a sub. Appreciate the sub. Thank you. Appreciate the sub over on TikTok. But yeah, have you heard Bright Eyes? You know, we'll do some shit like that. I mean, yeah, it's cool and all, but have you ever heard have you heard Phoenix? Lithuania? No, haven't heard it.
Not
Crazy.
too much on Bright Eyes, huh?
Jaden hates Bright Eyes. It's crazy.
That's true.
It's crazy. Wait, does Jaden hate Bright Eyes?
That was a lucky joke then.
I don't know. I'm just playing into it. No, I don't hate it.
He's alright.
I wouldn't turn it off like you pumped up kicks.
Sorry, my bad. Do we hit the? Do we hit the? It's not actually a corgi goal. It's oh shit, we're running out of time. 15 minutes. 7 puppy kisses to Jaden in 15 minutes.
The other thing.
I'm super
did you
serious.
see-
I'm super serious. There's no leniency on that. If I don't go live, I'm fine with it. So
yeah,
it's on you guys. If you guys want a night live, start around 4. By all means, send Jaden some of the puppy kisses, and then we'll go
Yeah,
live.
hey, TikTok, we need to beat YouTube, okay? Send the party.
That's right.
Yeah, we're trying to.
What? What am I doing?
No, TikTok, not tack.
Yeah, you ever want to piss Tommy off? Just make him listen to Benson Boone.
Oh my fucking god!
That guy
Dude.
came out. I feel like he's a plant. He came out of nowhere.
It's so terrible. And you saw the guy that was like, "You'll be married in a year and a shower." You saw that shit all over the thing. And someone in the comments said Benson Boone made this possible. I was like, fuck. Yeah. Benson Boone, terrible. It's not a good song. It's awful. Like, the guy can sing, but his music's shit. I'm going to be super real with you. It's not good, either objectively nor just subjectively. It's terrible. And John will do shit. Like, we were at karaoke one time, and he tried to get them to call my name as a joke to play Benson Boone. I was like, it was like the most serious, like, no. He was like, no, not happening. Not even as a joke. But he'll like send me voice messages with Benson Boone. I'm like, you fuck. We need to unrelease that. We need to put that fucking thing in a fucking Cybertruck, okay, with other shit that we shouldn't have released, and put it in the new fucking submarine and send that shit down to the Titanic and get rid of it. What else shouldn't have been released, okay? What else was a stain on America and the world? Literally crypto. Put that in a fucking submarine and destroy that as well. Everything. Get rid of it all.
I like Benson Boone.
Ugh.
It's
You can't sit
fucking
with us.
not good.
He only has one song.
And it's not good.
That's the one I like.
Yes.
It's the one I
Dakota
like.
appreciate it. People have been sending corgis, but yeah, it's the puppy kisses one. And I don't have any way to
There's
track how many corgis were sent in opposition, but we got 6 left.
Something I'm trying
I
to
should've
find the
said it was the
Instagram
corgis.
chat, but there's something I want you to review and tell me if you see what I'm seeing. Trump posted something to his Truth Social earlier, and people are speculating that it's AI. It's an official announcement, but his movements are so uncanny, and the look of the White House, that I feel like they're hiding something.
Did
Not
you
to
see?
sound
Did you?
conspiratorial. Yeah.
Did you send
I'll
it
send it.
to? You sent it to the Discord chat?
In the
Okay.
right there, yeah. And take a look and see for yourself. I think I've trained my eye well enough to pick up on this stuff. That doesn't look like him.
I think we're gonna have browser
watching.
extensions that tell us what's AI, or fucking things are gonna pop up. We gotta find a way to identify AI.
Has underscored the extreme dangers posed to our country by the entry of. I am thrilled to invite everyone to an unforgettable celebration, one like you've never seen before. On Saturday, June 14th, which is Flag Day, we are honoring the 250th
Dude, it does look like AI.
anniversary
Arf.
of the greatest fighting force.
No, go and watch his facial tracking. Do you see, like,
Yeah.
so this is shifting as he's moving, where he's not even really saying anything. It's just basic movements, and this whole thing is shifting.
In history, the United States Army. We will celebrate a spectacular military parade in Washington, D.C., like no other. For 2.5 centuries, the men and women of America's Army have dominated our enemies and protected our freedom at home. This parade salutes our soldiers' remarkable strength and unbeatable spirit.
His face is moving in a weird way.
It's
I mean, I
going in
can't
different
definitively, right? I can't definitively say that it's AI, but I can say that it's. Oh shit! What the fuck? That's so weird. I just end up on weird fucking. His face is moving in a weird way. Is it AI definitively? I don't know. But I will say it's sus.
Yeah, man. I'm 86
It does
years
look
old.
sus.
I don't know this shit.
It does
I'm
look
too old
sus.
I'm too old. It
I
does.
think
It
we
does.
got
It
those.
does. So like I was counting fingers and stuff. I was looking at the
Well, they've
like
gotten
his
better at
fingernails
that.
were all. So I don't know.
It could be a bad. I mean, genuinely could be a bad filter. They'd be using a filter as a bad
edit.
filter. Yeah, maybe it could be a bad edit. I don't know. Joe, what's up?
There's 104 days
Of summer vacation, school comes along just to end it.
Fucking love that. They're coming out again, man. I'm gonna get Disney Plus just to watch that. I swear to God. I fucking love Phineas and Ferb. And then
4
they come
puppy
out.
kisses.
I didn't. That was my children when that stuff came out, and I sat down and watched it. I'm like, this is brilliant. I love this cartoon.
104 days of
It's a good
summer
show.
vacation.
Pretty simple
and school
premise.
comes along just to end it. Puppy kisses, appreciate it. Thank you. Make sure you send them to Jaden. We've got 3 left, and we'll have a night live. 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not extending it. 8 minutes. I think I already gave you an extra 10. Appreciate it. Thank you.
How many left?
Like 2 now. But if you guys want to support the subathon, would appreciate it. When we come back, we'll just do an hourly sub, and then for the night live. So it could be an hour, could be multiple different hours. I'm trying to save the platform as well as go out on the For You page and really restructure everything. It's going to be interesting. So I think I've talked about really what's going to happen. Like I said, I think TikTok's going to stick around, which means video views are going to go back up more on TikTok. I'm going to spend the rest of the month. I got to figure out. I got to literally sit down and type out my schedule day to day on how this is going to work, especially with the morning lives. Would not be as difficult if it weren't for the morning lives, but we're going to keep the morning lives and work it all in. I might have to record while I'm streaming, by the way, like for one of the videos. So, hey, appreciate it. We reached the sub goal or the gift goal. Can we get some dubs and drumsticks in the chat for that? Appreciate it. So we are going to do a night live at 4 p.m. Pacific. Appreciate everybody that supported. I'm just going to set the mustache dudes for the thing. Hat and mustache. But we're just trying to get it out on the For You page and stuff. So it's beneficial.
Yeah.
Cool. Give me time to
Supports
go
the
get
channel,
some-
helps get this out. So I'm gonna have my main. I'm gonna have 2 channels that I'm just pumping out political content. I'm gonna have another channel that I've been meaning to start up for like a year and a half now. That I'm finally gonna do. That channel is gonna be like news to catch everybody up on the news, so they don't have to sit there and go, "What's Aaron say?" And so it's just gonna be one singular news video, and there might be some other super major breaking stuff if it's like really big, but it'll just be like one video, here's the news that you need to be aware of, and keep it under a few minutes, a couple minutes, just be quick about it. I think that'll be better, especially mentally for me. It's really difficult to track everything that's going on. It's like, fuck, what now? I think that would be more beneficial, and then I'll do news breaking down content, and then I have this channel that I'm going to be posting videos to. And I'm probably going to make another one to post like debate clips to, I don't know, longer and shorter ones, and just see how it does. But if you guys are over on YouTube Shorts, by the way, show it on screen. I'll 100% tell you. There's videos. I don't know if I can pull it up because I got sent over on the thing. Give me a second. Over on YouTube Shorts, by the way, what I need is, so there's a clip function, so you guys can clip video from down there, and if you guys clip it, I don't think you can do it on the full size one. Oh, you can, but if you guys can clip like full length debates, you can clip like over a minute shorts for me, like I would really appreciate it. The problem is I don't know where they save to, and so I got to figure that out. But if you guys start, like, if you're like, oh, that was really good debate, that was really good clip, that was a good 5 minutes, like, just take a section of it, you know, it could be 5-minute section, and then just clip it and send it. That way I can edit it or whatever. Unless it's in, like, perfect order where it's, like, nothing, it was just a clip, and you're like, this is a good 90 seconds, this is a good 60, it has to be over 60 seconds, this is a good 3 minutes, and then I can use it. And it would help me a lot. So if you guys are watching and there's a moment you want to clip, or I'll try my best to say clip, or if you guys are in the comment section and you notice a clip but you don't know how to do it, say clip and someone can clip it for you. So this is gonna be a team effort, but when you guys have noticeable clips and stuff like that, just say clip. Like we'll get some like banner or something for the subs, and you guys can just say clip, and then we can get, hopefully someone will clip it, or yeah. Hello? All right.
Okay.
So Los Angeles. But yeah, that way I'm gonna have a bunch of content pumping out, and hope it grow a little bit.
Yeah.
But for me, it's all schedule. I know this is none of your guys' problem, but for me, it's all schedule. Like it's gonna be a grind fest for a while until I get it set up. But if someone could be a dedicated, I'm gonna look out for clips over on YouTube Shorts or YouTube. I'm going to look out for this, or if you guys in the comment section just want to post clips. I am going to have, I'm going to actually write this down really quick, because I'm going to get the emotes updated for all the platforms. But yeah, it would really help me if you guys were over there clipping stuff for me to go through and pull, and that way I can clip it really quick and post it as content, and it'll help support the channel, because maybe it makes something off of it, maybe it'll drive people into the live, I don't know. But it'd be a Discord member on YouTube or Patreon. Patreon is in the link tree in the bio if you guys want to support. Patreon is a great way to support and sub over there. Would appreciate it. Brilliant, appreciate it for the 5. Thank you. If Maga made that conspiracy about Biden double, can't we say Trump is AI and is comforting his friend G at his house?
We sure can.
Yeah, I think we can. Brilliant, appreciate it. This person's username was Chode. Appreciate the $2. Appreciate it, Chode and Brilliant. Thank you, guys. But yeah, I mean, I'm being really serious. If people clip content for me, it makes my life way easier. Way easier. Because if I have like hundreds of people in here that can pull clips and be like, here you go, I can edit it. But if I like just write down, like usually I go off a timestamp, I have to go and download the entire video. So if it's hours long, that's a problem. I have to go and download the entire video. I have to clip it, and then I have to edit off there. And just the downloading portion's annoying. And then I have to move it, and that's annoying. So it takes a long fucking time. But if I have the video literally on YouTube, I can just be like, beep, bop, boop, in, edit it, and done. So anyway, do we got any other debates? Love only,
Thanks,
appreciate
Sam.
it, thank you.
Nice.
Tricera, appreciate it. What happened? Yeah, make sure you guys are following this account too. Oh, nice. Tricera, appreciate it, thank you. Love only, appreciate it. Aisha, appreciate it. Shebers, appreciate it. Ethan, thank you. Normie, appreciate it. Caffeinated Snark Monster, appreciate it. Katie, appreciate it. Tanya, appreciate it. M, appreciate it, thank you. Cindy Luhu, thank you. Murific, appreciate it. Jessica, Sassy, K, there's a lot I'm going to read through. Pashi, Taurus, Dakota, Sam, appreciate it, thank you. Appreciate it if you guys subbed over on TikTok as well. We pumped out some subs on TikTok over this thing. So how do we join the Discord? If you guys are subbed over to either Patreon or YouTube, it's hooked up through there, so you can get hooked up into there. It'll give you a role. I do need to find a way, and this will be for the moderators, because we're gonna head out because we got the night live. But I need to find a way to communicate with people easier, and because like finding something that everyone uses would be good. I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Just
but
like it's still going on. There's over 300 troops that just landed in Los Angeles in 2 specific locations that were having resistance. I honestly, I've been saying this for a while. Donald Trump is looking for a reason, something big to happen, to declare martial law, and I honestly believe that California is the testing ground for that. He's going to see what happens when he's going to say he has a right to do it, even though California and the police, they're saying this isn't happening. He's going to use this as a testing ground, and he's going to be able to override governors and just come in and utilize the military within cities. Just be careful, people. This is getting crazy.
Yeah, it's funny how quickly they've gone from the party of states' rights to please invade this state and rob it of all of its funds.
Yeah. I don't know if that feels like a troll account.
Maybe they should just have Nancy Pelosi call them off. That's a good point.
Yeah. Wait, I thought Nancy Pelosi was in control of the National Guard.
No, yeah, no.
Wait, so Nancy Pelosi called the National Guard in on LA. They should be praising Nancy Pelosi, right?
Well, no, actually, it's Johnson right now, isn't it? Mike Johnson.
Oh, there is a way? Oh, okay. All right, I just found this out from Paige. We can actually hook up TikTok to Discord. So if you're subbed on TikTok, you can get access, a rollover on Discord. I got to set that up. I'm going to actually do that right now. I'm going to call it. I'll be back at 4 p.m. Pacific. So make sure you guys have notifications on. I'll be live on this account or on YouTube. If you guys can't find me, YouTube in the link tree in the bio. I will see everyone in a few hours.
Sounds good. Thanks for all the coins, everybody. See you later.
See ya. All right, guys. I'll see you later.